United team, there's no Fernandes, there is no Harry Maguire. Michael Oliver blows the whistle. It is Liverpool who get us underway, playing, as I say, from left to right towards the Kop end. Diaz with an early shot from 25 yards. That's blocked on the edge of the penalty area. Bounces to Gravenberch. Now Tsimikas on the left-hand side with a cross, and it's deflected behind immediately for a Liverpool corner in the first minute, Dion.
I can hardly hear you, John, to be honest with you. The noise is so loud, it's incredible in here. It's going to be an outswinger for Liverpool. What a start, by the way. It's on fire by Liverpool.
Blocked behind by Dalot. Running through the Manchester United team in full, but already Liverpool with this early set piece. Chance from the corner. Tsimikas takes it. Flick header on at the near post. Konate just volleys it straight up in the air. Bounces down inside the box. Comes out to the edge of the penalty area. Amrabat dives in and seemed to take Gravenberch there. The ball deflected out of play. And referee Oliver walks across here. And it is indeed a free kick, quite rightly so, for that challenge. That was a little over-exuberant by Amrabat on Gravenberch, and a free kick on the right-hand side.
Yeah, just got their first Gravenberch, corner of the D.
Adrenaline running.
Yes, exactly. Amrabat got that completely wrong, to be honest with you. This could be dangerous with Trent over it.
Certainly could. Could be an in-swinger from Tsimikas. Blonde hair tied up. In fact, it is Tsimikas who plays it in towards the penalty spot. It's rattled around, and then Amrabat is relieved to see the ball drop into his path a yard off the line and just volleys it out of play on the far side for a throw-in front of the Sir Kenny Dalglish stand. His name, quite rightly, lit up in red at the top of the stand. It's been announced today, in case you've missed it, that Sir Kenny Dalglish will get the Lifetime Achievement Award at the BBC Sports Personality of the Year on Tuesday night, and what an excellent decision. Had to come sooner or later, and it's coming on Tuesday.
Yes, I agree as well. What a player, what a man. Double legend for Liverpool, and rightly so.
Well, Sir Alex Ferguson is here. Not yet seen a picture of Kenny Dalglish. Surely he will be here. Leicester have taken the lead against West Ham in the 3 o'clock kickoff in the Women's Super League. And the choice of listening, by the way, right now, you can listen to the Champions Cup match on Sports Extra, where it was Harlequins 12, Toulouse 21 last we heard. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. 5 Live on the World Service. And it is Liverpool coming forward with Endo. Endo gets it back on the edge of the box, tries to skip his way infield, but runs into White. McTominay with the challenge, and then Dalot with a ball that is deflected out of play for a throw into Manchester United. So the United team, in the absence of Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire, it's Johnny Evans at the back with Varane, so there is no Lindelof. So Dalot, Evans, Varane and Shaw. Then McTominay, Amrabat and Kobbie Mainoo at 18 years old. Only the 4th competitive match that he started for the first team. And here he is in this atmosphere. Did very well at Goodison Park a couple of weeks ago when Manchester United did win well there. And then the front line, Anthony on the right, Højlund through the middle, still looking for his first Premier League goal, and Garnacho on the left-hand side. So Marcus Rashford again named among the substitutes, although he has only just recovered from illness. No Mason Mount as well, by the way, not yet involved again. Here's Salah playing the ball infield towards Alexander-Arnold. Szoboszlai on the right-hand side. The ball deflects into the box, and it is slid away behind by Johnny Evans for a corner at Liverpool from the right-hand side.
Talk about front foot. Liverpool have come out absolutely flying every time the ball goes loose. It's a red shirt.
Manchester United's nightmare here is conceding an early goal. Still 0-0. Szoboszlai after the short corner curls the ball into the back of Mainoo, and it bounces behind for another Liverpool corner in front of the Kop. Warm applause from the Kop to the local favourite Trent Alexander-Arnold. Haircut short at the moment, shaved at the sides, as they like to do, and with his number 66 on his back, Trent Alexander-Arnold takes 3 steps back and now comes up, takes the corner towards the back post. It's flick, headed away by Varane, comes out to Salah with a drop volley that drops beyond the far post. Couple of Liverpool players sliding in. Nunez was closest to it, but couldn't get to it before it crossed the line, and it is a goal kick for Manchester United. So Liverpool 0, Manchester United and the whistles and the jeers here because Manchester United are taking the time over this goal kick. So let's get another update from the Champions Cup from Chris Jones.
Early stages of the second half, John. It looks like Toulouse have scored a crucial try. Brilliant try from a set piece at the line out. Great finish, Matthias Lebel, converted by Ramos. Harlequins 12, Toulouse 28, 6 minutes into the second half.
Liverpool are pressing Manchester United, pressing them all the way back, almost to the dead ball line, and Amrabat in the end won a goal kick for Manchester United. And again the jeers and the boos, and Nana just trots over there as slowly as he possibly can. Manchester United, entirely valid tactic to slow the game down and take the sting out of the match, and in fact they're doing that again because Nana drops it and then welcomes Johnny Evans back into the 6-yard box to take this, which he does to Onana, who then, with Nunez sliding in, hits the ball just over the halfway line. Konate with a header for Liverpool, bounces down Amrabat, then it comes out for a curl pass from Dalot down the right hand side. He has Anthony Booth for Anthony against Tsimikas as he brings it onto his left foot. Tsimikas blocks it, headed forward from Menu, cleared away by Liverpool on the edge of the penalty area. Anthony, I think it's almost fair to say famously now this season, Anthony, who is yet to score or yet to provide an assist in the Premier League this season from Manchester United's dry front line. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0, and alongside us up here high in the main stand, Dion Dublin, the world famous Dion Dublin, Premier League winner, Premier League Golden Boot winner, and Liverpool on top, Dion.
Yeah, listen, they've started incredibly well, allowing Man United to take the short goal kicks and just being ready. Mo Salah's on the edge of the 18 box there, in the starting blocks, ready to squeeze and press, and Man United are getting sucked in.
It's a great description of Salah. He's almost licking his lips in anticipation, isn't he? The record scorer in this fixture with 12 goals, scored in the last 6 of these. Luke Shaw, passed fit after going off against Bayern. McTominay halfway inside his own half. Amrabat is challenged by Nunez. No free kick. Salah slips the ball into the box, cleared away by Varane. Konate got a foot on that, bounces into his own half, and then back to Van Dijk. So 7 minutes played. 0-0 at Anfield. And there has been a goal at Hampden, I'm hearing, in the cup final. Gavin Wallace.
There has indeed. Rangers are 1-0 up on 76 minutes. It was a great ball in from James Barisic, and at the back post, captain James Tavernier wrapped his foot round it and put it well beyond Kellerus in goal. Rangers 1, Aberdeen 0.
Another goal for Tavernier. He does incredibly well, doesn't he? And what a week this could be for Rangers after winning in Spain for the first time and topping their Europa League group, and still, of course, unbeaten under their new manager, Philippe Clement. So Rangers are in the driving seat in the League Cup final. I think that's another one of your achievements, isn't it? Winning the Scottish League Cup final, if I remember rightly.
I think you'll
from
find
previous discussions.
It was a double, actually.
double, but it's twice. How memory slips as the ball is played back to Onana, who very nearly gets the ball caught up underneath his feet. He tried a sort of dummy, dropped his shoulder, and almost miscontrolled it with Diaz not far away. And then I think McTominay was fouled. He was chopped down by Endo. So a free kick to Manchester United, 10 yards inside their own half. So after all of the predictions from the doom mongers, the positive for Eric Ten Hag and Manchester United is that they've got through the first 8 minutes unscathed. It's a free kick to Manchester United inside their own half, and a delay here while Kobbie Mainoo ties up his bootlaces. So again, Manchester United on a go slow. Michael Oliver has to be onto this, I'm sure he will be, as Manchester United take the goal kick. Varane back to his goalkeeper again, and then Luke Shaw from the goalkeeper's clearance. Ball popped out of play by Konate for a throw-in to Manchester United on the halfway line, which Luke Shaw is waiting to take. That's a big bonus for Manchester United. It looked as though he might be missing for a period of time again. Luke Shaw, this is only his 9th appearance of the season because of the various injuries that he's had. Shaw's certainly stealing several yards, but then takes the throw and it's headed out of play for a throw-in again to Manchester United by Endo. Shaw takes this rather faster this time up towards Højlund. First time I've said his name, I think, in the commentary. Luke Shaw's Manchester United get it back in centre field. Menu holds off the challenge from Szoboszlai, then finds the pass to Anthony on the right hand side. Dalot on the overlap. Anthony comes in field. McTominay in the D to the left hand side. Garnacho is there, but the right foot shot has got right underneath that and sent it high away beyond the top right corner and into the lower tier of the Anfield Road stand.
Yeah, good play from Kobbie Mainoo in the middle of the park, actually taking a bit of contact, getting it out wide to Anthony. There was other chances Scott could have taken the shot on, but just rushed from Garnacho.
Salah dispossessed. Now Manchester United again. McTominay pushing well forward, gives it back to Mainoo, then Amrabat, the Moroccan World Cup player, turns and then back towards the halfway line to Dalot. A low ball through to McTominay, but that's won by Tsimikas. Mainoo dives in, might have fouled Tsimikas. Referee waves the advantage. Diaz now, square to Szoboszlai. Right foot shot flies over by probably 2 or 3 yards actually from centre field. And it is a goal kick to Manchester United.
Yeah, he's seen the light. Szoboszlai about 30 yards out, centre of the pitch, edge of the box, fancies himself. I'm thinking go wide to Salah. He's one-on-one with Shaw. That's your ball. I'm pretty sure Salah was thinking the same thing, high and wide.
So goal kick to Manchester United. 0-0. Liverpool not top of the Premier League anymore after the earlier results. In fact, they've dropped down to 3rd place in the league with the wins for Arsenal and Aston Villa again. Another of your former clubs doing very, very nicely with that really quite feisty win at Brentford. Villa winning 2-1 at Brentford. Arsenal 2-0 winners against Brighton. And West Ham, good win again, 3-0 against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So we will have more on all of those matches at half-time, and indeed you can talk about them on 606 later with Natalie Pike and Chris Sutton tonight. I'll let you know in the second half when the lines are open. But it is a throw-in for Manchester United on the far side that Dalot is waiting to take. McTominay makes himself available, and it is the Manchester United captain who chests this down. Gives it infield towards Amrabat, and then Dalot has to stretch and just gets there in time to keep it in play, but because of that he has to pass the ball all the way back, and in fact it did go out of play. It's a throw into Liverpool on the halfway line, just betraying a little bit of edginess there, Manchester United, and why wouldn't they, having lost 3 of the last 4 matches between these sides, with those 3 scorelines being 7-0, 5-0 and 4-0, a couple of record defeats. That's 7-0, equaling Manchester United's heaviest competitive defeat in their entire history. It's Liverpool, Konate a little short there to Van Dijk. Van Dijk lifts it forward, and because of that it will just bounce out of play. Another point, actually Chris Sutton was making this point the other night at Old Trafford during the Bayern Munich game. Johnny Evans playing on the right side of central defence with Varane on the left hand side, so not his natural position, but obviously with no Lindelof, no Harry Maguire, Evans has to play that.
Yeah, I just think that would be a conversation between the two of them. They'll have a conversation. Where do you fancy it? Are you happy to go that side? You know, Johnny Evans will play anywhere. Play fullback if you need him to. He's that kind of professional, but I don't think it'll be a problem to him at all. But what I have noticed, John, is Nunez is picking a centre-half to stand on. He's not standing in between the 2 Man United centre-halves. He's picking one. Therefore, the gap between the 2 centre-halves is big, allowing the midfield players of Liverpool to run into.
Throw in for Manchester United, glee for Liverpool fans. Dalot threw it to Anthony. Dalot then set off on a run, and Anthony passed it to where he'd been standing to take the throw, so passed it straight out of play. So much mirth for the Liverpool supporters at a little slip by Anthony. Ball is back with Alisson. Must be winter, he's got his black tights on, the Liverpool goalkeeper. Here's Konate running it up towards the halfway line. Konate just drags the ball back against McTominay now. Van Dijk is over into Manchester United territory. He uses Diaz, and then back into the centre circle to Konate again. Konate thought about the long pass here to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's virtually on the right wing at the moment. Salah in a more central position. Still Konate on the ball. Szoboszlai has come back alongside him in the centre circle, and then Van Dijk will go all the way back to Alisson. So let's bring in Chris Jones from Harlequins again.
Harlequins 19, Toulouse 35. Quins did cross for their third try, but Toulouse responded with a brilliant try. Wonderful offloading. Barassi going over. Too good from the French Giants. Harlequins 19, Toulouse 35, almost at the hour.
That's on Sports Extra earlier. Exeter 32, Munster 24. Manchester United after Liverpool gave it away. But now Manchester United have lost it. Salah tries to lift the ball forward, but Varane comes up, heads that down. Then Salah gets it down again on the right wing up against Shaw in the full-back position, flicks it with the outside of his boot to Szoboszlai, who turns, then back to Alexander-Arnold, who curls this in, but there's too much on that. And Andre Onana just watches it swirl over his head and beyond the far post for a goal kick. Dion Dublin.
Yeah, and that's what Trent wants. Just roll it back to him on my right foot. I'll put it into a dangerous area. The ball was played back a little bit too heavy, and he kind of rushed his cross, which is unlike him, and it went right behind for a goal kick. The game's taking a bit of a pattern now. Man United sitting in, Liverpool having the ball.
And the other thing as well is, that little bit of pressure there is on Liverpool now, knowing very well with Manchester City away in Saudi Arabia that they have a chance to open a 12-point lead over Manchester City if they're able to win these next 3 matches. Big if. Alexander-Arnold crossing from the right. Nunez heads across. Onana's after it. He's grabbed it. Salah, as he fell, Salah got his foot to the ball. And referee Oliver says the final touch was off the Manchester United goalkeeper, who had to throw himself at the feet of Salah and got something on it to deflect it wide for a corner.
First and foremost, Trent Alexander, lovely little ball over the keeper's head to the far post. They keep it alive at the far post. Then it's pinball. Onana has a chance to catch it, fumbles it, and then he's lucky to get a corner for that, or should I say, back in his goal there.
In actual fact, if Salah had got that on target, I think it would have been blocked by Diaz, who was sitting next to the post after falling over in the box. Corner comes over, Manchester United are able to clear it. But then it's won back, hence the huge cheers for Diaz. And now Alexander-Arnold with a low cross in round about thigh height. That's dealt with by Shaw. And then Alexander-Arnold again in on the challenge with Mainoo. And it's out of play off the Manchester United teenager for a throw-in to the home side, to Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, standing watching with his hands in his pockets as his Liverpool team attack down the left-hand side. Tsimikas, low ball in, that comes off the defender, Dalot, and bounces behind for what is already Liverpool's 5th corner.
They haven't refused once, Liverpool, to cross the ball. They get into the crossing areas, they're just putting everything in the box. Szoboszlai's getting in there, Endo's getting in there, Gravenberg's getting in there. Lots of red shirts.
Be an in-swinging corner this time that Diaz is going to take. So Tsimikas has been taking them from that side, but Liverpool with Nunez on the edge of the 6-yard box. Endo is in there as well, and Salah. Here's the delivery, attempted flick on by Nunez, headed away by Amrabat. Alexander-Arnold hits the shot into a crowded penalty area. I think it hit Varane. There were lots of white shirts in there. One of them got a touch, and it was cleared away to the halfway line. So it is the expected pattern. It is Liverpool wave after wave of attacks. Here's Diaz, but Manchester United holding out. Diaz, though, cuts in field, then gives it to Salah onto his left foot. His shot is blocked by Shaw, who almost went down onto one knee. The long barrier was able to stop the shot, and then Shaw trying to play it out off Salah only succeeds in conceding the throw-in. Way down below us. Lots of woolly hatted heads down there in my eye line, watching Alexander-Arnold taking this throw-in to Salah, who plays it off Anthony, and it's another corner, number 6.
Yeah, it is, and listen, this is relentless from Liverpool. The press is just absolutely spot on. As soon as the ball goes loose, Liverpool are on those white shirts. They can't even lift their head, the Manchester United players. They cannot get out their own final third.
It's the woolly-hatted Dion Dublin. Alexander-Arnold, again with this right-sided corner. Raises his left arm. Alexander-Arnold takes the corner towards the back post. Nunez heads it goalwards, blocked away by Evans, comes back in from Van Dijk. Still on the edge of the penalty area. Van Dijk wins the header. Nunez challenging, just out of the box to Gravenberg. His ball back into the area. That's headed away by Dalot. And then Liverpool take possession closer to the halfway line. And Diaz holding off the challenge that probably comes in a little late there from Dalot, but referee Oliver waves play on, plays the advantage. And so Liverpool again go from right and then back to the left. And Gravenberg out there, back towards Konate, just forward of the centre circle, now to his right. to Alexander-Arnold, and a low ball rolled across the surface of the pitch to Szoboszlai, and Szoboszlai stands on the ball, so Garnacho was able to take him back out wide, and then Szoboszlai's return passes is overhit and through for this time a goal kick for Manchester United, who of course will be in absolutely no hurry whatsoever.
No, not at all. I mean, Kobbie Mainoo at the moment is playing right back. They've gone into a 5 when they've lost the ball. Manchester United have gone into a 5 at the back. Amrabat just sitting in front of that back 5, trying to shore things up. They're just trying to play out now from this. Wow.
Wow. Onana pulling the ball back from Darwin Núñez. He had to get that right. That was very Onana. And then a handball decision against Mo Salah, but the referee waves play on, Manchester United. Long pass towards Garnacho on the left-hand side, trying to round Alexander-Arnold. Goes round him, then goes down. Referee Oliver's not having that. Garnacho sits on his bottom and puts his hands in the air, but referee Oliver adamant, no free kick.
Yes, I mean, Trent's done really well there, used his upper body strength. Garnacho was gone, to be fair, but Trent just got his left arm out, held him back, and he fell over. No free kick, right decision, but very lucky Trent.
Yep, here's Shaw for Manchester United. Still 0-0, 5 Live in the World Service from the BBC. Garnacho back to Shaw. Shaw takes it on. Konate comes out there, puts in a little tackle on the ball, but Shaw keeps possession. Then Garnacho's in there as well, Shaw, but as he goes to ground, the ball bounces straight into the path of Alexander-Arnold, who is able to left foot clear it downfield. But then Núñez is pulled up for a foul, and he's actually shot for goal from way out here on the right wing, which bounces over the top of the crossbar. And Michael Oliver has pulled out the yellow card for the challenge on Johnny Evans. Well, it was a muscular challenge, or was that for kicking the ball away, Dion?
Yes, I think it was for kicking the ball away. What he's done is a long clearance from Trent Alexander down the right-hand side, and Johnny Evans has got his eye on the ball, but yeah, I'm just watching the replay. Darwin Núñez has actually taken Johnny Evans out first before getting his eye on the ball, so contact off the ball, unnecessary. Johnny Evans goes down. Referee wasn't going to give a yellow card until he kicked the ball away. Well, he shot for goal. He missed, but he kicked the ball away, so he got a yellow card for that, not the challenge.
Yeah. So he's on a yellow card. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. You know, he very much played the innocent there, didn't he? The old praying hands and hands on head, but you can see why, well, doubly why. He could have got a yellow for the challenge. Free kick, Onana drives it long and hard towards the right-hand side, then Dalot, but it just bounces forward. Tsimikas is hoping that's going to roll over the dead ball line, which it does, or has it? And actually, he's manhandling Anthony off the pitch towards the advertising hoarding. The ball actually came to a standstill, and I did wonder for a moment whether it had actually crossed the line, but it had, according to the assistant on the far side, and it's a goal kick to Liverpool. So Anthony living up to his billing as public enemy number 1 inside Anfield. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. He is just one of those individuals that away crowds love to hate, as Salah is adjudged to have fouled Shaw, and it's a free kick to Manchester United just inside their own half. So 0-0 here on Merseyside. What about Clydeside? Are Rangers closing in on the League Cup? Gavin Wallace.
They are indeed, John. Rangers 1, Aberdeen 0. We played coming up for 2 of the 6 additional minutes. James Tavernier's goal could give them the first silverware of the season. We get 4 minutes to go. Rangers 1, Aberdeen 0.
Manchester United with Anthony, who tried to slip the ball to the edge of the area, passed it straight to Van Dijk. Van Dijk immediately popped the pass out towards Diaz, and Diaz is off and running down the left wing for Liverpool until Mainoo put that little challenge in to knock it out of play for a throw-in to Liverpool. Excellent from Diaz, Luis Diaz. That's typical of the way that he plays, isn't it, to carry the ball downfield.
Just taking a bit of pressure off his side. He's hogging that left wing. He must have ran 40-50 yards. Kobbie Mainoo had to stay with him because he was just about to get away from him.
A little breeze just blowing around Anfield here with this crowd of, we'll wait for the official attendance, but they reckon over 57,000. It will eventually be over 61,000, but this, the biggest crowd inside this stadium for half a century. Dalot heading the ball back towards the halfway line, and then Liverpool take up possession again in the centre circle. Little pass to Konate. Now to Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold passing it forward through the middle, where Diaz finds the pass to Salah, and Salah now into the area, but overhit from him, and Szoboszlai wasn't going to be able to reach that, and just a little ponderous there from Liverpool by the standards of this match already.
Yeah, and you know what, it's one each now. That pass from Salah to Szoboszlai was poor, and Szoboszlai to Salah a few minutes earlier as well was a bit long, so they're not quite on the same page at the moment. There's got to be one Manchester United player that can get their foot on the ball and just start to find a teammate, surely.
Still 0-0, relatively few chances so far in the match. That chance for Salah that he stabbed wide when Onana dropped it, juggled it, and here is the Manchester United goalkeeper hitting this long over the top of Tsimikas, who's running back towards his own left back area, chased by Anthony. Tsimikas in for the still injured Robertson, then Diaz goes down under a challenge from Dalot, the home fans howling for a free kick for that. Michael Oliver unmoved. Manchester United still in possession. So Liverpool, having won every match they've played here this season, it is 19 unbeaten at home in all competitions since that dramatic Real Madrid match here in the Champions League last season, as Anthony dummies the ball, which rolls straight out of play for a throw into Liverpool. Again, much giggling and cheering from the Liverpool supporters. And in the Premier League, currently Liverpool one defeat in their last 49 league matches at home. That was when Leeds won here last season. So that is what Manchester United are up against, and that's the kind of form, the Anfield form, that took Liverpool to that title after all of those barren years, the 30 years without, back in 2020. Alisson clearing the ball to the halfway line, headed forward by Shaw. Konate gets his head to the bouncing ball, then Salah turns it infield. Endo will do well to get there. In fact, Mainu clatters into him. He did get there first. Mainu had already slid in for the challenge. Ball had gone, yellow card for the teenager.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate one, because Endo just got there literally a half a second before him, but Kobbie Mainoo had committed to the challenge right in the middle of the pitch. Sent right on the set, yes, he's just a little bit late there, and he puts his hand up straight to the referee just to say, sorry ref. But no, Endo done well there. Right decision, referee.
So it is still 0-0, almost half an hour played. Manchester United 7th this morning. Liverpool were the leaders, but no longer. Both Arsenal and Aston Villa already ahead of them, having won in the Premier League this afternoon. We've already heard from Mikel Arteta on 5 Live. I guess we'll hear from Unai Emery at half-time, unless I'm very much mistaken. Here's Salah on the right-hand side. Alexander-Arnold through to the edge of the box. Szoboszlai loses out, and so Manchester United break. Could be spaces here, but McTominay misses his pass, or was he just clipped there by Diaz? No, he wasn't, according to the referee. So Liverpool back with it, and Liverpool now again probing down the right-hand side. It is Salah. Salah now, number 11 on his back, hair flying, ball into the penalty area, but Varane stepped in onto the challenge. Kobbie Mainoo was there as well, and Mainoo plays it away, but he gives it away to Alexander-Arnold. Gravenberch now to the right-hand side. Alexander-Arnold's cross hits the knees, the shins of Luke Shaw, and into the Kop end corner. Liverpool again. Yeah, listen, just down this right-hand side with Trent and Szoboszlai and Salah just getting that final pass wrong at the moment. If they get it right, they're in behind Luke Shaw every single time, but it's just that final pass they're lacking. Another corner though. At Hampden, still Rangers 1, Aberdeen 0. Just a few moments left in that match. Still 0-0 here. Alexander-Arnold to take this corner for Liverpool. Again towards the back post. Van Dijk with a header, and that is pushed over the top. Sharp save by Onana. It was above his head, but he got his hands to it and pushed it over the top. Yeah, it's a really good header from Van Dijk. He's only 6 or 8 yards out, middle of the goal, point blank, heads it right at the keeper. It's an easy one for the keeper, but he had to get it up and over. Free header though for Van Dijk. Yeah, above his head, but it was travelling. A reaction save from Onana. Here's the next corner. Alexander-Arnold, Konate heads that down, but it will dribble, bounce behind the far post for a goal kick to Manchester United. So that's the closest. Yeah, it's got to be a worry for United every time that ball goes in, whether it's a cross from Trent on the right-hand side or a corner, in-swinger, out-swinger. Been a red shirt that's got on it every single time. They've got to sort that out, United. It's got to be a problem for them if they don't. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Late equaliser for West Ham in the Women's Super League match. Leicester 1, West Ham 1, as Liverpool come through the middle here at Anfield. Liverpool's women have already won at Manchester United in the WSL in the early start today. And here come the men. Darwin Núñez, infield, Szoboszlai just outside the D, but he overhits his pass again. And Manchester United, a combination of Shaw and Onana, little steps running towards the ball, knowing that it was going to run behind, and then they're on the go slow again. But that's a number of passes from Szoboszlai that have been overhit, misjudged.
Yeah, just
having one of those.
Absolutely. He's just choosing the wrong pass, or just a little bit overzealous on his pass at the moment. But if they get it right, they could be in every time, every single time.
Yep, that is a truism. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Shaw's given that away. Alexander-Arnold curls a pass. Great body language on that pass. He knew he was getting that right. Darwin Núñez now down in the full-back position, and the Liverpool number 9 takes on Johnny Evans and then crosses over the top of Diaz at the far post. Anthony's back in his right-back position. Tsimikas is all over the back of him. He needs help in there. He's got it from Dalot, Anthony, and then Anthony does well, actually. Give him credit to win the throw-in in his own right-back position. But Tsimikas, if you didn't know better, Dion, you would say that Jurgen Klopp had sent Tsimikas out on a mission to wind up.
I don't know what you're talking about. That started from the very first minute, the very first time they came together. There was a bit of a overzealous contact, but it's good to watch.
Yeah, every chance it might work as well. That's definitely one to watch, as Liverpool, Manchester United win a free kick on the edge of their own area for a foul by Núñez. So 0-0 here at Anfield, and it is all over at Hampden, Gavin.
It is indeed, John. Rangers 1, Aberdeen 0. The first bit of silverware goes to Rangers this season. James Tavernier's 14th goal in all competitions for the year has ensured that Rangers will win this for the 28th time. It was a great cross in from Borna Barisic, and the captain swivelled his leg round in mid-air to take it down expertly. It finishes Rangers 1, Aberdeen 0.
Yeah, things definitely happening under Philippe Clement, and they are closing in on Celtic, and there will be the next Old Firm game before the new year. I think it's on the 30th, so that could be lively. We've got less than 15 minutes to go of the first half, and a lack, I would say, of thrills and spills in this match so far. With Manchester United, it is without question a rearguard action, but it's a rearguard action that's working.
Yeah, at the moment it is, but the slow game doesn't suit United. Slowing things down just doesn't suit their play. They've tried it all season. It's not great to watch, and it's still not working at the moment for them.
As Garnacho blatantly shoves Alexander-Arnold in the back, and that is a free kick to Liverpool in their own right back area. Liverpool will be back here on Wednesday night. That's in the League Cup. We'll have commentary on that Wednesday night. Ian Dennis will be sitting in this very seat. Liverpool against West Ham. Tuesday night, Chelsea against Newcastle, live from Stamford Bridge. So Tuesday and Wednesday for the Carabao Cup quarter-finals. And incidentally, breakfast in the morning, Win the Headlines resumes again in the morning from 6 o'clock, and the prize is now a trip to Berlin for the Euro 2024 final, which is certainly much sought after, as Alexander-Arnold, who you would have thought will be involved, all being well for England, possibly in a midfield role at the Euros, miscontrols it here, and it's out of play for a throw on the halfway line. Shaw takes it, then infield towards Mainoo. Shaw again to McTominay. This is all very congested, and Alexander-Arnold just clears the ball away downfield. By the way, we will have commentary on that Celtic Rangers game, which is on December the 30th on 5 Live. So that is part of the Christmas and New Year football on 5 Live. Shaw takes the throw infield. Endo intercepts. Liverpool with the ball inside their own half. Closest we've seen was that Van Dijk header from, 10 yards out, something like that. Caught it well, but headed it centrally, and Onana pushed it over the top, and now Van Dijk passes it forward again. Liverpool attacking on the left-hand side. Tsimikas then delivering it back towards the Japanese. Endo, now Konate just carries it forward, gives it to the right-hand side to Alexander-Arnold, and then Alexander-Arnold back to the tall Liverpool number 5, across to the Liverpool captain, Van Dijk. Uses Tsimikas on the left-hand side. The feeling is that Andy Robertson might be back in January. We'll see about that, having had a shoulder operation. Now Salah on the right-hand side, Liverpool's top scorer, 14 goals so far this season. He might be thinking of closing in on Erling Haaland with the Manchester City player currently injured. I'm sure he is. Szoboszlai's ball in field, and then Evans, I think, was fouled, and the referee brings it back, decides there wouldn't have been an advantage there for Højlund, who was running away with the ball, but a free kick for Manchester United, and I think they'll take that.
Yeah, they'll take it just to take the sting out of the game. Liverpool having the ball and the possession for most of this first half, but I'm still not sure what United are trying to do. Are they trying to play out from the back? Are they trying to go long? Are they trying to play through the thirds? Are they squeezing on that? I still don't see a pattern of how they're supposed to play. They haven't had the ball for some time. However, show me something, give me some energy.
In all honesty, Dion, I think the aim is stay in the game.
Yeah, which is tough for Manchester United fans to hear or to see when you're playing against your biggest rival.
As Diaz was clearly tugged back by Amrabat, referee plays the advantage, then eventually he does go down, Amrabat leaning into him. Out comes the yellow card from Michael Oliver. He allowed that to go on for as long as he could. Well, it couldn't have gone on any longer because Diaz was bundled over.
Yeah, and the next touch, I think, was going to be inside the box as well. So, I mean, Amrabat tried to pull him 3 or 4 times and pulled him one too many times. Diaz there left him for pace. Very positive today, Liverpool. They really have been good. No goals yet, but it's that final ball I keep telling you about. If it's in and they get it right, danger.
Yellow card for Amrabat. Mainoo's already been booked, so 2 of the Manchester United midfield, 3 on yellow cards. Free kick, Tsimikas plays it in, Varane got up there, headed it away, then the shot, Gravenberch, it's deflected, which took it wide, might have been on target, and Nana was diving to his right, but it's yet another corner. That is number 9.
9 corners already in the first half is staggering. Gravenberch shot, I think he was missing the target, but Kobbie Mainoo had to get something on it just to get it away from danger.
So the pressure continues on the Manchester United goal in front of the cup. It's back to Tsimikas again from the left-hand side with the corner. That's headed over by Konate. He had white shirts all round him. Got up, but couldn't keep it down. And it was over by, a yard.
Another free header, or should we say a committed red shirt. Getting above all those white shirts, wanting to get there first. Man United again, another goal kick. What are they going to do? Are they going to try and play out? They're going to go long?
They are playing out from the back. Leicester 1, West Ham 1 is the final score in that 3 o'clock kickoff in the WSL. The Women's Football Show is on BBC One tonight after Match of the Day 2, which features Ian Wright this evening. Catch Ian Wright on Match of the Day while stocks last.
Yes, please do that. He's funny, he's witty, he's got a lot of inside information as well. So take it on board while you can. Yes. You've got to miss him.
And he's announced today that that'll be it on Match of the Day at the end of the season. So he'll be on tonight, though. I'm sure there won't be a dry eye in the house. Mark Chapman, he'll be blubbering like a baby. He's got
so righty, to be fair.
Well, that goes without saying. As Van Dijk hits a long pass downfield onto the head of Shaw. Watch Match of the Day anytime, by the way, on the iPlayer, which I have to say is my normal modus operandi. The ball is played back to Alexander-Arnold, who plays it back to the edge of the penalty area. I was watching it live last night and getting updates from Ian Dennis, whose car had broken down outside Manchester City's ground. He eventually got home at 1:45 this morning.
Wow.
Ball played forward through the middle to Gravenberch. Got a touch on that. Gravenberch now to the right-hand side. Salah. Ball worked back by Szoboszlai. That was intercepted by Shaw. And then a nice change of feet from Varane, but only succeeded in passing it out of play. You know, they're men on a mission here, the Manchester United players, in terms of, United going forward, offering very, very little. But there's a determination about this performance here.
Defensively, without a doubt, they're set up in a way where don't let any shots on target, don't let any crosses come in. That they haven't been able to stop Liverpool as yet, but they are organised. There's lots of talk.
Throw in Alexander-Arnold to Nunez, bounces back towards the dead ball line, control and volley away by Garnacho, and Konate allows it to bounce out of play next to where Jurgen Klopp is standing with his hands clasped behind his back. And Liverpool start again from inside their own half.
Are you allowed to take throw-ins with 1 foot on the floor now? Is that a new thing? Is that a new rule? Because I've never seen so many foul throws. This season has been awful.
Yes, although there was one this week, wasn't there?
There was one about
Where
5
was that?
seconds ago.
Well, I was going to say there was one this week which was given as a foul throw, and I thought, I'm not sure that is a foul throw. There are plenty to go at, as you rightly say, Dion. You're an absolute stickler, aren't you? As the throw-in is taken for Liverpool, but bounces into the penalty area, and Onana is able to pick up, and with the whistles coming out of the Kop, Onana sort of breaks into a semi-jog towards the edge of the penalty area. He is flirting with a yellow card, Onana, but he drops the ball and passes it out through the middle to Varane, and then Johnny Evans goes back towards the United goalkeeper, all in lime green, who then chips it out of play. Didn't give Shaw a chance with that right-footed pass. I must say the pre-publicity about Onana being one of the best goalkeepers with his feet in world football hasn't exactly proved to be the case, but early days. The ball is played forward for Liverpool. Varane to Shaw, then back into the box to Evans, being put under pressure by Gravenberch, then back towards Onana, who takes his touch on his right foot and then plants it out of play on the other side of the field. He's got the double. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. 5 minutes to go to half-time. Barely a chance, really, a proper, clear goal-scoring chance, even though Liverpool have had all of the game. As Salah is then challenged by Shaw, and it's a throw-in to Manchester United 5 yards inside their own half. What we should remind you is that last season, in the famous 7-0, it was only 1-0 at half-time. Here's Shaw, then Amrabat with his head to the ball. Alexander-Arnold facing his own goal, back pass from him. Alisson, who's been a virtual spectator, comes and clears the ball up to the halfway line where Salah, well, unfortunately, slips. The ball hit him on the top of the head, hit Shaw in the face, and bounced out of play for a throw into Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool fans liked that one, didn't they? He got a bit of a show off Shaw as well, and the fans liked it that it hit him in the face and went out.
So Liverpool with Konate just giving the ball to his right. At half-time we'll have more reaction from the earlier games. We've brought you commentary on all 4 of the Premier League games in one place or another this afternoon. Good wins for Arsenal, Aston Villa, that was tight, and West Ham winning well. Kudus with a couple of goals and Bowen with the other. As Salah passes it forward, but Shaw blocks that. I'm sure we'll have more from Hampden as well, where Rangers have just won the League Cup. Alexander-Arnold just in front of where the two managers are standing. Not sure that Erik ten Hag has actually moved yet since the start of the match. Now here's Szoboszlai being chased by Amrabat, and Alexander-Arnold has to turn and find Alisson, who passes it back to the Liverpool right back, and now to Endo, who turns, and here's the ball to the right hand side. Gravenberch is on the right wing now. Gravenberch goes for the early ball across. Salah central, shoots low, but Onana's able to drop down to his left and field that comfortably.
Yeah, nice little ball into Salah. Salah found himself in the middle of the pitch on this occasion, took one touch, struck it from about 25 yards. It took a slight deflection actually, so Onana had to sort of adjust his feet. Easy save in the end, but that might be the only, or maybe the second shot on target we've had, I think.
Depends whether that initial Salah effort was, but that's it really. Manchester United standing firm, resolute, all of those sorts of phrases and words. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0, and Liverpool again. It's been all eyes right, hasn't it? Those spectators who have been very excited about coming and sitting in the top tier of the Anfield Road end, I hope they brought their binoculars with them for the first half. Here's Szoboszlai down the right hand side, round Amrabat, diving header away by Varane at the near post, bounces up and bounces to Garnacho, and Garnacho wriggling away against Salah, wins the free kick. General frustration, general anger around Anfield. Salah upset with this, picks up the ball, points at Garnacho, looks at him, glares at him, but it's a free kick to Manchester United. Back to Chris Jones at Harlequins,
where Toulouse are running riot. Harlequins 19, Toulouse 42. They've scored their 6th try, the visitors, through Netty. Too much power, too much class. They're hunting a 7th try. They're going to get it. The brilliant Thomas Ramos stops down and Quins are thumped. Harlequins 19, Toulouse 47. Kick to come, couple of minutes to go.
Yeah, last knockings of that are on Sports Extra. I think many expected Liverpool would run riot here against Manchester United, having won 21-4 on aggregate over the course of the last 5 Premier League meetings between these sides. But it's 0-0, and really, Dion Dublin, it's very 0-0.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, possession-wise, it's been all Liverpool, but United are still in this game. They've defended well. They've been organised. Few last-ditch tackles. Nothing to shout about for United at the moment going forward, but Liverpool, they're pressing, they're creating. Quality of the finish is not quite there yet, but United have to show more offensively in the second half.
Maybe, or maybe not. Let's see. Varane heads it to the halfway line. Szoboszlai for De Diaz, might open up here. Nunez on the edge of the box. Still Nunez. Players now back for Manchester United. Nunez trying to find a position, shoots into the back of Mainoo, and it bounces down, fortunately for Manchester United, to Dalot, who's able to clear, but he's given possession back to Liverpool, and it's Nunez again, the Uruguayan, turning him and passing it back to Endo. Gravenberch, Endo, now Tsimikas as well over there. The Dutchman, the Greek, the Japanese, that's very much the Premier League. Ball curled into the area looking for the Egyptian, but it's away from the Englishman, Shaw. Now Konate, middle of the Manchester United half, goes back centrally. 45 minutes are almost up here, and it's still 0-0. 5 Live on the World Service. Gravenberch across towards Alexander-Arnold. Little ball to Salah. He turns it with his left foot into the penalty area. He was looking for Nunez, but straight to the feet of Dalot, who was able to clear it. And there are 2 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. This goalless first half. Liverpool fans urging their team on. Alexander-Arnold, socks dropping away down towards his ankles. Now Endo to Van Dijk, and then Gravenberch with Mainoo brought in very much to do a job, and he's done it. And then offside flag is up against Nunez. A little bit naive from Nunez. Free kick Manchester United. Yeah,
just straight off there. Nunez, just took his eye off the line. He was sort of in a left wing position. He could have looked down the line. Shouldn't be offside. I mean, I'm watching Endo today. Endo's a nice footballer, He plays really good football. Gravenberch as well. Nice balance in there. Szoboszlai getting forward. Endo just sitting on the toes of Konate and Van Dijk. Not venturing too far, but the balance is good for Liverpool.
0-0, half-time approaching. This free kick hit long downfield this time by Onana, and then Mainoo goes down rather easily. Free kick over on the far side. So goalless here. Lots of movement in the stands now with the half-time break not far away. By the way, just in case you were wondering the news, the Press Association are reporting that Tom Lockyer does remain in hospital, undergoing further tests and scans. So I think Dion will take that as promising, won't we, after the events of yesterday? I know you were involved on Final Score yesterday when all of that was unfolding. Ball headed away by Van Dijk on the edge of the box, and a high foot from Endo. I mean, the Manchester United player was leaning into that. Endo put up his foot, caught him, and it's a yellow card. That's very much a letter of the law yellow card on Amrabat, who's down holding his face and his nose, but it's a free kick and a yellow card for Endo. Yeah, I'm not sure how much either player knew about this one, because Endo started stretching, and as he was turning, he didn't even see Amrabat coming in. Amrabat goes in with his head wholeheartedly. He dips down, Endo's foot's half high, so yellow card maybe not, free kick yes. Amrabat's okay, he's up on his feet, which is good. Yeah, and he has been booked, the Liverpool midfielder, so it's a free kick to Manchester United. They're not going to nick a goal before half-time, Dion, are they? Surely not. Shaw and Dalot over this set piece. Shaw runs away from it. It's going to be Dalot to clip it in towards the back post. They're certainly not going to score with that. That was badly overhit, beyond anyone in a white shirt. And it is a goal kick, and I see Varane down there. If you have a look, Dion, Varane turning to the Manchester United fans who are at that end, applauding them, telling them to keep the noise up. And I think Manchester United will be satisfied with what they've done so far. 0-0. Yeah, listen, it's panned out as we possibly expected it to go. Man United defending, Liverpool attacking. Bit of a practice match. Not many chances on goal. A couple from Liverpool, header from Van Dijk and the Salah shot, but that's basically it. Not very end-to-end. Not massively entertaining, but I'm pretty sure Ten Hag will take this at half-time, most definitely. Yes, I had a feeling coming here today that perhaps next Saturday's match at Anfield against Arsenal might be a better game than this one is.
Very different.
And Manchester United just sitting in. But so far, so good for Eric Ten Hag. 9 Liverpool corners, but only really one proper save from Onana. And so it is Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0.
And part of the reason that Onana's had so little to do, Dion Dublin, is that, you know, we criticised Manchester United a lot. They get a lot of criticism and you know, fair enough. But effort has been one of the question marks placed against them. I saw a lot of Manchester United players jumping in the way of shots, putting their bodies on the line. That should be the bare minimum, but they are doing that.
They're doing it, and they're doing it well, Steve. If that's the plan, then, you know, the manager will be happy as they're going at half-time, 0-0. They've done everything they need to do. Organisation's been good. 2 centre-halves have been talking and ushering full-backs and centre midfield players to go into their position. So it's been good in regards the defensive side of the game, but they just can't get out their own half. And when they do, they're just closed down so quickly. So, yeah, if that's the plan, it's gone really well. But if you want to get anything here, you're going to have to do more.
And slightly helped by the fact that Liverpool haven't yet been themselves, have they?
Yeah.
Almost summed up by Szoboszlai, who you expect better from than we've seen in the first half.
To be fair to Szoboszlai, he's trying to play the right passes at the right time. He's just got the wrong club out of his bag, and he just keeps to be overhitting the green, so to speak.
Dion, John, thank you both very much indeed. So half-time at Anfield, Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. In the European Champions Cup still, Harlequins 19, Toulouse 47. The full-time whistle is imminent. Earlier it finished Exeter Chiefs 32, Munster 24. Remember, 6:06 will be on the way after we're done at Anfield. 08085 909 693. The lines are opening as we speak to talk about any of the day's football. Full-time whistle has now gone in the rugby though, Chris Jones.
And as you say, Steve, full-time, Harlequins 19, Toulouse 47. A reality check for Quins after that brilliant win in Paris last weekend. Toulouse with just so much power and cutting edge. 7 tries in all, some of them very, very special, with the likes of Dupont and Ramos enjoying their trip to the Stoop. Quins played some nice stuff at times, but outclassed. They lost Dino Lamb to a serious injury in the first half, but Harlequins have said he is up and talking to the medics. But a big statement this from the French Giants. Harlequins 19, Toulouse 47.
We will squeeze in as much reaction as we possibly can from the 2 o'clock games in the Premier League before second half commentary at Anfield, and from Hampden Park, where I can see Rangers fans and players still celebrating with their 28th Scottish League Cup trophy and a first trophy as Rangers manager for Philippe Clement. We'll do all of that after the news with Stuart Clarkson.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thank you, Steve. Good evening. 8 lorries have entered Gaza through Israel's Kerem Shalom crossing for the first time since the attacks by Hamas in October. Until now, aid has only moved through the Rafah entry point from Egypt. The UN says half of Gaza's population is starving after weeks of little drinking water or medicine. The former Conservative peer Baroness Mohn has apologised for denying for 3 years that she was involved in a company that won government contracts to supply personal protective equipment during the pandemic. She'd repeatedly said she had no links to PPE MedPro, which provided the NHS with millions of pounds worth of equipment. She and her husband are being investigated by the National Crime Agency. They've told the BBC they've been made scapegoats for problems with PPE. Network Rail has confirmed its managing director for the Wales and Western region, Michelle Hanford, has resigned. It comes just days after passengers on the Great Western Line out of London were left stuck for hours in the dark with no access to toilets because of problems with overhead power cables. And space rockets are set to blast off from a site on the small Shetland Isle of Unst. The Saxe-Ford spaceport has been granted a licence for vertical launches. It'll mostly cater for companies looking to launch satellites into orbit.
BBC 5 Live.
Every morning you share a lot about your lives with us on 5 Live Breakfast. But what do you need to know about me and Rick?
Rach walks too fast. In fact, she's incapable of walking at normal speed.
For Rick, it's Liverpool, octopuses and hip-hop in that order.
She supports Ireland in the rugby unless she's supporting England or Wales or Scotland.
He claims to be younger than me, but hasn't slept in 2 years, so we look the same.
Rach has 15 children at the latest count.
Never mind that, Rick has more pairs of trainers than I have children.
Her bloodstream is 75% supermarket own brand baked beans.
The brain of a professor, sense of humour of a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, pretty much sums us up.
5 Live Breakfast with Rachel Burden and Rick Edwards.
Listen weekdays from 6 on BBC Sounds.
This is 5 Live Sport with Steve Crossman.
On 5 Live. Listen on BBC Sounds.
This could all change depending on what happens in the second half at Anfield, where it's Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. But Arsenal are top of the Premier League table after a 2-0 win over Brighton. Goals from Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz. A little earlier, we were joined live on Premier League Sunday by the Arsenal boss, Mikel Arteta.
Outstanding, incredible. From the start to the end, the way the team acted, played, behaved, how much we wanted it, how aggressive we were, how positive we were with the ball, how much we generated against a top side. It was a joy to watch them play.
Our commentary team called Declan Rice outstanding today. Can I just get your thoughts on his game? And since he's joined you, they said he's gone to another level. So what did you make of him?
Outstanding, incredible for him and for the other 15 players that played today, from the start to the end, because I know how difficult it is against this team to do what we've done today. I think they deserve that.
That's Mikel Arteta. So Arsenal top, Aston Villa second, a point behind them after scoring twice in the last 13 minutes to come from a goal down to beat Brentford 2-1. Ollie Watkins getting the winner against his former club, then directed his celebrations towards a fan in the crowd. There was a bit of a scuffle afterwards between the two teams. Watkins says he'd been provoked into doing so.
There was one individual that had been giving me abuse all game, saying personal stuff, so I thought if it happens once, it's fine, but 2, 3, 4 times I thought I'm going to get him back. So it was aimed at him, not anyone else at the stadium. I have a lot of respect for the club, the people here, the owner, everyone, the manager, and that's what I said to him after when I was walking off. That I would never celebrate deliberately if I wasn't agitated.
Would you do it again? Now, with hindsight, would you do that again?
Well, if he said those things to me again, yeah, he'll do it again. But it doesn't mean I don't respect anyone else in the stadium. But if that individual's saying those things to me that he did, I'd do it 1,000 times, yeah.
Ollie Watkins there with Match of the Day's Jonathan Pearce. There were 2 red cards in the game, one for Aston Villa's Boubacar Kamara, the other for Brentford's Ben Mee. His manager Thomas Frank was unhappy after VAR overturned a yellow into a red.
I think it was a very tough match for both sides that went for the win, and I think it was a very interesting match to watch for the neutral. And I think my performance did everything, and they performed very well, and they gave everything. And then unfortunately, I think actually the biggest moment, I think there was a few that didn't go our way, and sometimes you need these moments to go your way. We know that. Was the penalty on Neil Maupay. For me, that's a clear penalty on pitch and from the VAR. And I know the VAR will make mistakes, and I'm a big believer that they need to make those mistakes to get it up to the level we want. So it's just tough to take today. And then no doubt that the red card changed the game today. It did. And it's not a red card.
That's Thomas Frank. Mohamed Kudus scored twice to help West Ham get back on track with a 3-0 win over Wolves at the London Stadium. Jared Bowen got the third. Lee Blakeman's been speaking to the West Ham boss, David Moyes.
I think especially when you play Thursday night in Europe, and the level of the game we had on Thursday night, we were desperate to win the group, and so that it meant that we didn't have a playoff game in February really to get through. So the effort the boys put in on Thursday and then to start the game so well today was really, really good. It's never easy to do, but they've done a great job and a great result.
Mohamed Kudus, how many times have you been asked about that name? But a great performance today. Yeah.
Oh, he played brilliantly. His 2 finishes were fantastic. They really were. And it would be wrong, amiss of me not to give Paqueta the 3 assists he made on the passes for all 3 goals. But even Jared's goal at the end, was a really well taken goal. And we've got forward players and we've got players with ability who can score. We need to keep strong behind it. The last couple of games we've not conceded any goals, and I think the real good teams have really good defences, and we have to try and make sure we work to have that.
And that's helped you just going into Christmas to 7th in the Premier League table. Not a bad return so far.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but it's a great position for us. I think that for us to be in this position and challenging, it's been great in Europe, and we've still got a cup game to come in midweek as well. So lots to look forward to, but also we're not looking too far ahead.
Yeah, West Ham 7th and Wolves 13th, 10 points above the relegation zone. Here's their manager, Gary O'Neill.
Gary, the game overall, first of all, from your point of view today, what do you make of it?
3 disastrous goals that we concede from nothing, so yeah, we beat ourselves today, really. Gave West Ham the game. They didn't do a lot to cause us any problems apart from the 3 massive counter-attack spaces that we left, and they punished us on all of them. And then we can discuss the performance from there, really, but all irrelevant when if we do so poorly in big moments like that in the Premier League, then you stand no chance. Really disappointed with those, and need to make sure we improve.
So those are the Premier League stories this afternoon. And in Scotland, Rangers have won the Scottish League Cup, a first trophy for Philippe Clement. So lots to get into on 606. The lines are open, 08085 909 693, to speak to Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. Afternoon, Rob.
Afternoon, it's myself and Natalie Payne.
Sorry, my
don't
bad.
worry, listen, don't worry, Stephen. It's
I've literally just spoken to Natalie outside as well, so I've really got no excuse.
I'm really happy I'm doing Natalie, but I do wish Chris was here because Rangers have just won the trophy.
Yes.
Oh, Chris's Christmas shopping. He's got a day off Christmas shopping.
Do you think he ducked
Rangers,
it, Robbie? Do you think he ducked it because
he
knew?
He knew. Rangers were in the week. He knew that they were going to win today, so he thought, you know what, I'll take my family Christmas shopping in Norwich. Wow, what an idiot that man is. Anyway, never mind that. On the game, let's talk about Man United.
Yes.
One touch in the opposition box, no attempts on target. Listen, but the important thing, it's 0-0. Chris tipped 4-0 in his predictions. Listen, Liverpool will go at Manchester United in this second half. We know what Liverpool have got for late goals. So I think it's going to be a very good second half. Aston Villa, can they win the title? Listen, I'm getting hammered from Chris on 606 saying that they can't win it. They won't win it.
Well, it was the Villa fan who called up. So I remember he spoke to you and you said, if you also beat Arsenal, then we can have the conversation, which they did.
Top four, I think, but I don't think they can win it. I don't think they win it because if you look at Arsenal, they're experienced for last season. Liverpool have been the full distance. Man City have been the full distance. I still make Man City favourites, but I'm going to ask Natalie, 1 win in 6 in the Premier League for Man City. Did you hear the Man City fan last night? Oh, and Chris Sutton was pretending to be Pep. Did you not hear it, Chris?
No, I've not heard that.
Oh, you've got to listen to it. It's hilarious. Who's going to win the title? And listen, there's so much to talk about, Chris. Myself and Natalie, 08285 996.
Why do you keep calling me Chris?
Sorry, Steve. I've got Chris on my mind. Listen, that's what he does to you, Steve.
I know you're going to miss him, but you'll be absolutely fine. It's going to be all right, Robbie.
Listen, looking forward to doing it with Nat, mate. She's fantastic. And Man City. Nat, I want to know from Nat, what is going wrong, or is anything going wrong at Man City?
Good one. 08085 909 693. Thanks, Robbie. Robbie and Natalie will be with you for 606 once we're done at Anfield in the Women's Super League this afternoon. Chelsea, top of the table, 25 points from their 10 matches, and they are 3 above Manchester City, though. Both won this afternoon. Chelsea 3-0 winners at Bristol City. Sam Kerr, Erin Cuthbert, Lauren James with the goals. Khadija Bunny Shaw scored a hat-trick for Manchester City as they won 3-1 at Everton. Other scores, Manchester United won Liverpool 2. That's Liverpool's first ever WSL victory over Manchester United. And Leicester won, West Ham won. Aston Villa versus Brighton is a 6:45 kickoff. In the rugby this afternoon, Exeter Chiefs made it 2 wins in their 2 opening games as they came from behind to beat Munster 32-24 in the Champions Cup. Harlequins, though, were thumped by Toulouse at the Stoop. It ended 47-19. Stade Francais play Leicester Tigers at 5:30 this afternoon. And as John Murray mentioned during commentary, Luton Town captain Tom Lockyer remains in hospital undergoing tests and scans after he suffered a cardiac arrest on the pitch during yesterday's Premier League match at Bournemouth. So 08085 909 693. You can book your calls in now for 606, which is on the way after we're done at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Teams ready to retake the field, and Dion Dublin is alongside John Murray.
Yes, thank you very much, Steve. Still waiting for the players to emerge. Here they come, in fact. Liverpool led out by Virgil van Dijk. Go through that little routine. There's one of the coaches there stopping them in their tracks, and then they've got to turn and sprint back towards the touchline and then turn and sprint out onto the field. Don't see any changes. Liverpool, as they started, Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk and Tsimikas, Szoboszlai, Endo and Gravenberch, and then Salah, Nunez and Diaz. I suspect it will be more of the same as Jurgen Klopp just takes a water bottle and plonks himself on one of those big red comfortable seats at the front of the Liverpool dugout. And out come Manchester United as well, cheered by their supporters in the lower tier of the Anfield Road end. Andrea Nana in goal, Dalot, Evans, Varane and Shaw, the back four. Then McTominay, the captain, Amrabat and Mainoo, and Anthony and Garnacho either side of Højlund. Marcus Rashford is on the bench again for Manchester United. So we're about to get underway. Dion Dublin sitting next to me here. I'm not expecting any great change in the pattern of the game, Dion. Are you?
No, not at all, really. I think United they haven't really done a lot in the first half, but what they have done is defended really well. Steve said as well, bodies on the line, which is correct. They're still in the game. It's 0-0. Possession doesn't win you games.
And as Robbie Savage said on 5 Live at half-time, seemingly Manchester United had one touch in the Liverpool penalty area in the first half, I think he said. Robbie is on duty today, Chris is not, so it'll be Robbie and Natalie Pike with 6:06, and the lines are now open. Let's hope there are more talking points for you in the second half, but it is 0-0, and if you weren't listening in the first half, lots and lots of Liverpool possession. Onana made one smart save from a Van Dijk header from a corner, but other than that, very little. As Szoboszlai plays it across, Nunez controls, 12 yards out, back to Salah, left foot shot, that's blocked inside the penalty area. Combination of Mainoo and Evans. Then Alexander-Arnold has a goal from distance, that's blocked. Then a cross in from the right hand side, that is blocked by Garnacho, and the ball bounces actually all the way back towards the halfway line. Comes back though for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold heads it down. Salah on the right hand side, Salah up against Amrabat. Amrabat, I think he's pulling him back, but Salah keeps his feet. Could have gone down there, Salah, but fancied his chances. Egypt against Morocco, those two. But it was this day last year Morocco were involved in the third place playoff at the World Cup, as the ball is cleared away. In terms of the date, this corresponding Sunday last year, Dion, we were at that amazing World Cup final.
We were.
And the ball is played for Liverpool towards the left hand side. Tsimikas is chasing this down the left flank. Tsimikas goes for the early ball across, which is bounced all the way to Salah. Shaw left it, then Alexander-Arnold bursts into the box, shoots from the angle, but straight into the side netting, with Onana standing very calmly at the near post, and the Anfield crowd is cranked up again.
I'm thinking the whole of this stadium here is waiting for Trent Alexander just to set fire to this one, because Salah just rolls it into his path. He's on the angle, coming in from the right wing, and I'm thinking, here we go. Instead he takes a couple of touches, then the angle's narrowed, he couldn't get his shot on target, hit the side netting, but I've seen Trent Alexander burn goalkeepers' hands from that distance before. Chance missed.
5 Live and the World Service listeners are with us on this actually quite mild December evening here in the northwest of England. It's dry, clear. I can see the tail lights of cars heading up the street towards Liverpool city centre from where we sit here, high up over the top of the roof of the Sir Kenny Dalglish stand. And Liverpool in possession with Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk then to Endo, who just gives it back to the Liverpool captain. And now Alexander-Arnold. But Liverpool just with possession inside their own half. Liverpool, who've won all of the matches they've played here at Anfield this season, and not only that, have scored at least 2 goals in every match. But still 0-0 here today, and rather a frustrating experience, as Liverpool are forced to go back towards the edge of their penalty area. And Rasmus Højlund has barely had a touch of the ball. I mean, he's not going to score his first Premier League goal like this, is he? And you can see why the stats are so bad when, you know, the service to Højlund simply isn't there. And although this game is accentuated, isn't it, in terms of what Manchester United are looking to do.
Yeah, sort of non-existent for Højlund at the moment. He's making the runs, he's putting himself in good positions, but it's just not reaching him. And when it does, he's not putting it away.
So Liverpool are still inside their own half. Endo. Here's Tsimikas, who gets it down, and he sets off now on a run. This injects a little bit of urgency and energy into it. Gravenberch is out there as well, and Gravenberch taking on Mainoo, the teenager, Kobbie Mainoo. Now Diaz, left side of the box. Diaz's pass right across the edge of the box. Garnacho gets a touch, back to Varane, and then he sets Garnacho away. Konate comes across, and Konate has been able to play it into Garnacho and out of play for a throw on the halfway line. So yes, Natalie Pike and Robbie Savage taking your calls on 606. So the lines are open, 08 085 909 693 to talk to them tonight, and indeed almost every Saturday and Sunday night, 606 during the course of the football season. Here's Salah on the right hand side. Salah back to Alexander-Arnold, now to the right hand side, and Nunez with the cross. Diaz is after that, but it was headed away. Diego Dalot came across, just managed to get something on that before Diaz got his head to the ball. Cleared away. Liverpool come again. Liverpool attacking towards the Anfield Road end. Now Salah with a little bit of space. Salah's ball into the near post, but just beyond the outstretched leg of Nunez in the 6-yard box. And Onana was able to grasp that ball into his chest.
Yeah, Trent Alexander now, he's just starting to pull the strings. Lovely little ball out to Salah. Salah attacks the fullback, and it's a lovely run from Darwin Nunez. Not where you would expect it as well, in behind the defence, just couldn't get on the end of it. Onana sort of narrows down the angle, but a different way of getting into that Manchester United defence for Liverpool.
Sam on our social media team tells us that Højlund had 4 touches in the first half. Ball is not kept in from Onana's pass by Shaw on the far side, so that's a throw-in to Liverpool. It's exactly the same pattern as the first half. This Manchester United, Erik ten Hag, they've come here to get something, and basically their first point, the first base camp, if you like, on the way up this Everest, is to get a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, but it's dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. You know, hoping to stay in the game and then do something like late on with a counter attack. Or very dangerous against a team like this that can unlock the door when they get it right.
I mean, really, I think that was the approach that they took against Bayern Munich the other night, and they ended up losing 1-0. Here is Diaz going out of Europe altogether. Back with Konate. Liverpool will find out their draw in the morning. We'll have news of that, by the way. Ian Dennis will have the draw for the Champions League, Europa Conference League. From 11 o'clock in the morning, the draw is being made in Switzerland at UEFA's shiny HQ. 6 minutes played in the second half. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Throw in. Endo gets up above McTominay. Comes forward towards Højlund. There's 2-3 touches from Højlund, almost as many as he had in the first half in one little movement there, and he's fouled. It's a free kick.
Listen, if I'm playing for Man United and I get 4 touches in one half, I'm having something to say at half time. I won't tell you what I would say, but I would say a few words to the players. Cross the ball, please. Give me a chance to score a goal. Give me a bit of help. Get up and around me. He's had no help at all.
Quiet authority, Dion?
Yeah, something like that, John.
Here's Dalot into the full-back position, takes on Tsimikas, gets a low ball across, but Alisson puts his white boots wide apart and then leans forward and just gathers the ball up and sets off Szoboszlai. Salah, his pass forward blocked by Shaw. Then the pass from Endo, but he's passed it straight to Varane. Groans of frustration from the home supporters. Might have been a foul on Anthony from Tsimikas in the centre circle. Referee Michael Oliver says play on, and now here's Garnacho, but Alexander-Arnold puts in the challenge. The ball bounces away. Now the assistant wasn't on the dead ball line. I thought that might have gone out for a corner, but it's given us a throw.
Yeah, he was possibly slightly behind that time, the assistant. Trent Alexander this time, as that ball's going to Garnacho, he's got his heels on the touchline. Trent deciding to get as close as possible, not allowing him time to pick up pace, because he is quicker than Trent. Good defending, good choice of defending.
Throw-in taken by Manchester United, but immediately lose possession, and then Alexander-Arnold forward. Manchester United, though, a rare period of possession inside the Liverpool half. That has ended almost immediately. Garnacho conceded a throw-in. Gravenberch now to Diaz, just outside the D. Important challenge from Dalot, just to take it away from the Liverpool number 7. And then it's hoisted up and forward rather aimlessly by Konate, asking a lot of Darwin Nunez. And then Gravenberch miscontrolled. Then Menu is fouled by Gravenberch, and it's a free kick to Manchester United. So we've played almost 10 minutes in the first half. Still 0-0. Still on my sheet here, not a single note on the Manchester United side, but very little on the Liverpool side, in truth. So Dalot has the ball at the back, and Onana with the ball on the edge of his penalty area. Here is Menu curling it forward. That's for Garnacho, who's beaten Alexander-Arnold, but Alexander-Arnold just recovered to get a touch as Garnacho was looking to shoot at Alisson. And now Alexander-Arnold, after that, having been beaten, redeemed himself immediately, passes it forward to Salah, but then Salah has headed it to Manchester United and Amrabat. Very nearly a chance for Manchester United.
Very nearly. Trent Alexander just doing enough. I mean, I'm thinking Garnacho's away, but Trent stays with him just at the right time, just nicks the ball away from Garnacho, as he's about to pull the trigger on the edge of the box. Good defending from Trent.
Almost 10 minutes gone now in the second half. Still 0-0. 5 Live in the World Service. I notice a tray of some sort of Christmassy fancies have been produced to our left from a much-loved former colleague of ours. Here's Tsimikas, plays the ball back to Gravenberch. Gravenberch bringing it forward, but there's no chance we can eat those, Dion, at the moment, not with this ding-dong action taking place. Szoboszlai chips it towards the edge of the D, but Varane on the stretch is able to get that away. That again had a touch of the last ditch about it, just clear it to the halfway line, and that's what Manchester United are doing. Konate has then won a throw-in off McTominay, and it is a Liverpool ball. Erik ten Hag still, he's like one of the sentries outside Horse Guards parade down there. I'm not sure he's moved. He had a flat cap on when he came. He looked as though he was off for an afternoon in the Lake District, but he's not wearing that down on the side of the pitch. Here is Van Dijk, now to the right hand side to Konate. Konate puts his foot on the ball, and Manchester United just stand off Liverpool in their formation and are saying to Jurgen Klopp's side, come on then, what have you got? How inventive can you be against us? Szoboszlai flicks the ball back to Alexander-Arnold, and you can hear the reaction, the crowd, they're getting edgy as well. Alexander-Arnold to the left hand side to Tsimikas as Liverpool attack towards the almost fully open Anfield Road end, the new stand to our left. Endo then in field towards Alexander-Arnold, picks out a pass low to the edge of the area. Diaz turns now to Szoboszlai. Salah right side of the box, crosses into the defender. Shaw bounced down, and he was helped out by Garnacho, who got it away. Then Alexander-Arnold, latest ball, attempted ball into the box, that's blocked away by McTominay. Højlund took it into the centre circle, but Liverpool have got it back. Now you can hear the roar of Anfield. Szoboszlai with a crossfield pass, Tsimikas controlling it, in and comes Antony to take the ball away from the Greek left back, but Tsimikas has won it back from Antony, and Liverpool will come again. The Kop staring on from the opposite side of the ground, trying to lift the atmosphere and the noise inside the stadium. Van Dijk though, forward pass towards Diaz, who comes in field and then has to do a full 360 away from McTominay, and then finds the pass to Salah on the right hand side, and Salah early ball in towards the corner of the 6-yard box. Nunez with a flick, couldn't find Diaz, comes back to the right hand side, but the offside flag is given against Nunez, and it's a free kick to Manchester United. Dion Dublin.
Yeah, just on different pages going forward in that final third, just not picking that pass, but Nunez is a willing runner. We know how hard he works for the side. Mo Salah just trying to pick out the right run at the right time. One of those players at the moment, one of those front three, are going to get a chance.
0-0, Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. The third of the 3 matches in the Rugby Union Champions Cup is underway, but Liverpool are on the attack with Gravenberch. Gravenberch past Mainoo, but then Varane steps into his path and clears it away on the edge of the box. Szoboszlai now, right side of the area, near the right corner. Salah is there, of course he is. Tips the ball into the box, then Szoboszlai goes down rather easily. Amrabat was running with him. He tried to make it look there, Szoboszlai, as though his shirt had been tugged, and Michael Oliver was having absolutely none of that.
Yes, I've not seen this one, but I am right now. Is there a tug on the shirt? Nothing at all in that. Szoboszlai very lucky not to get a yellow card for falling to the ground.
I would say that's a yellow card.
Just dropping to the ground there for no reason. Could have quite easily got a yellow, lucky boy.
Yeah, the simulation game was on tonight on 606. If Chris Sutton was there, that's an absolutely live contender from Szoboszlai. I don't know if they'll be doing it in Chris's absence.
I've seen Chris do that many times.
Well, he claims not. He's not here to defend himself.
Yes, that's why I said it.
Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0, and we've got a stoppage. Gravenberch has sat down, and it looks like Cody Gakpo is going to come on into the action. So they've not been able to find a way through with Salah and Nunez and Diaz. Jota on the injured list for Liverpool at the moment. Alexis McAllister not back yet, by the way, with that cut on his knee. So I don't think he'll be too far away. But Gravenberch staying down, and he will need treatment. So Joe Gomez is also being prepared, so it looks as though it might be a double change. Yep, that's how it's looking. So this, if Gravenberch is not going to be able to continue here, and he's on his feet now, let's see, Jurgen Klopp is in discussions with his coaching staff. Fourth official is there as well, Anthony Taylor, just looking for looking for some sort of definition about who's coming on and who's coming off, so he can get his buttons sorted out on his board. Gravenberch is still waiting to come off the field, and basically there's not very much happening here. All of a sudden, this 0-0 has ground to a halt.
Yeah, I mean, Gravenberch, I can't see him limping or anything at all. There must be something internal that he's not quite happy with, and he can't function fully. Couple of changes, yeah, Gakpo and Gomez coming on. Gravenberch, one of those coming off, not sure who the other one is.
Just waiting for the number to see who's coming off, presumably at the back. And Anthony Taylor says it is Szoboszlai, who, as we said, he's just not been himself today. He's been out of sorts, and he was very lucky that his final act wasn't to get a yellow card for diving just before he was substituted. But I think they've decided, Jurgen Klopp, no, not his day, we'll take him off. So this is a bit of a rejig. Alexander-Arnold, I guess, yep, stepping forward into midfield. Joe Gomez at right back now. And so a double change from Jurgen Klopp to try and lift this for Liverpool against this obdurate Manchester United today in the last half hour. And that's what we're into. 5 Live on this 5 Live Premier League Sunday, the World Service as well. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0.
Yeah, I think Jurgen Klopp's realised that Trent's the man that's going to open the door when it comes to that midfield area. As we know, he just roams in there, makes things happen. The no-look passes, the ball's round the corner. He's doing everything at the moment. He's demanding the ball in the middle of the park as well, which is good for Liverpool. Looks
like Salah has come more centrally just at the moment, with Gakpo over towards the right-hand side. Liverpool come forward again, ball to the edge of the box. Diaz chests it down, but is then forced away from the penalty area by Dalot. Low ball in towards Salah, miscontrolled it, comes back to Salah, very congested in there. That's the thing, you know, it will be congested, but if there's anyone who can find a way through, Mo Salah. But here's Gomez on the right. Gomez with a cross to the near post. That's cleared away by Varane, who skipped towards the ball and volleyed it out of play for a throw-in 10 yards away from the halfway line.
Yeah, he forces the play, Trent. He forces his teammates to make the run. He shapes to pass the ball, and his teammate has to react, and that's what he's forcing his teammates to do. Look a little bit sharper in the final third, leaving Van Dijk and Konate to master that defence.
Well, Jurgen Klopp basically, Dion, has said, right, we'll have you all on Gakpo, Salah, Nunez and Diaz, and see through sheer force of numbers whether Liverpool are able to break down Manchester United. Still 0-0, and that is the tale of this game. Whether Manchester United are going to crack or not under this Liverpool pressure, which we should say is not intense pressure in terms of Onana having to make save after save. He simply hasn't. But Gomez now gets space down the right. Salah edge of the box, left foot shot, but Onana is able to take a couple of big steps to his right and just pat the ball down.
Yeah, I think he knew exactly what Salah was thinking. I think we all know what Salah was thinking in that area, in his favourite little area there. Left hand side of the box as Onana looks. He tried to code it in the corner. Onana safe and easy set hands.
Liverpool win it back centre field. Alexander-Arnold now very definitely into the midfield role. Misplaces the pass, hits it straight at Dalot. Amrabat, he loses it. Poor ball forward from him. Then infield from Endo. Salah 25 yards out, approaching the D, gives it to his right. Gakpo clips it across, but onto the head of Dalot, who heads away for Manchester United. Then Anthony throws himself down. I think there was contact from Tsimikas. It was a foul, but Anthony made absolutely sure with his reaction.
Yeah, Anthony was going so fast to try and help his team out, sprinting towards a loose ball coming out of the sky on the edge of his own box, and I'm thinking, Tsimikas, don't foul, you know, don't give him an out. And he does, gets too close, and Anthony goes down. He's going to go down. That's the way he plays the game. Takes the pressure off his side, but Tsimikas, silly foul.
Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. So the United supporters who are growing in confidence, they're making themselves heard down in the bottom tier of the Anfield Road end, as Alexander-Arnold swings a pass forward, but that's blocked in the halfway line, so Alexander-Arnold has to turn and give it back to Alisson.
Yeah, you can hear the moans and groans when Trent's trying these passes, but he's got to try them because that's the way he plays the game.
Manchester United have to be unlocked here, and that's what Alexander-Arnold's trying to do. although Diaz has lost possession to Anthony, and Anthony makes himself available and receives it from Mainoo, and now Anthony couldn't find the pass forward. The outside of his boot was trying to thread it through for Højlund through the middle. Konate intercepted. Now Salah in the centre circle. Salah in this central role gives it to the right hand side to Gakpo. Gakpo approaching the area. Salah on the edge of the box, on his left foot, square again. Alexander-Arnold just wide of the foot of the left post. Onana nowhere near it. If that had been on target, it was in.
Great play, from Liverpool. It really is. Gakpo just going down the right hand side and then just passing it back to Salah. Salah's about 25 yards out, edge of the D, and you can see Trent Alexander running from about 30 yards back. He rolls it at a lovely pace for his right foot. He runs round it, Trent, and everybody's expected him to put it in the far corner. He goes near corner and Onana's just stuck to the ground. That hits the target, it's a goal.
If that had gone in, that would not have looked great for Onana. He would basically have been standing in the middle of the goal. Nunez wins it from Amrabat, and now Gakpo, the substitute in the yellow boots, takes it through the middle, turns all the way onto his right foot, shoots low, but that just dribbles across the face of the goal and beyond and through the 6-yard box for a goal kick. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. So the question is whether Erik ten Hag is thinking about making a change down there. In terms of positive moves, I can't see him making a change defensively because
it's working.
Yeah, they thought it working very, very well. So Pellistri, as well as Rashford, obviously. Donny van de Beek's on the bench today, by the way, seemingly heading to Germany on loan next month. McTominay, a rare Manchester United attack, and then McTominay, Højlund with a chance, blocked by the body of Alisson. Worked brilliantly by Manchester United. Anthony, McTominay, and then chance, proper chance. But Alisson stood up and blocked it, the shot from the angle.
Good play from United, really good play. The first little bit of 1-2s, triangles. Højlund there, I'm thinking to myself, can he go low? Alisson stays big, really big, hits him in the chest. Gets the rebound as well. It's a very good chance, one of the best we've had all game.
Thought that was going to be the moment for Højlund and for Manchester United for a moment there. First Premier League goal. This wouldn't be a bad place to score it, would it? 0-0, and Marcus Rashford is going to come on shortly. He's getting his instructions, but he's not stripped off yet, and he looks like he's got plenty of layers on down there as well. Liverpool with it on the right, Gomez, then Gakpo. Liverpool have lifted things since Jurgen Klopp's made these changes, and then Salah, now to Endo on the edge of the box. Endo, very nearly found the pass back to Salah, just cut out by Varane. It ran away from him, but he got enough on it, the Frenchman, to prevent it reaching Salah, and in the end off Gakpo the ball goes, and it is a goal kick, and it is still 0-0, and we are now officially, Dion, into the last quarter of the match.
And Man United, as many people call this negative play, but they are playing away at Liverpool. They are playing against a side that we know can tear you apart. They know can tear you apart. They're still in it. It's 0-0 in the final quarter. They'd be happy with that start of the game.
Yep, very conscious of the fact they conceded 6 goals in the second half here in March, but still 0-0 as Endo turns the ball back towards the halfway line. I think Dion knows many people who would call this negative would be absolutely correct, but this from Erik ten Hag and Manchester United is horses for courses. And here's Salah now advancing, touch from Diaz, Gakpo's shot, that's blocked. Johnny Evans threw himself into the path of that. And now Manchester United do look to break. McTominay, lovely pass, lovely weight on that. To the feet of Anthony, and Anthony's running at Tsimikas. And Anthony now, little ball to the edge of the area, McTominay, but Van Dijk stood up, put the tackle in, took the ball away from him, clean as a whistle.
Great work from Van Dijk. He actually went over to help Tsimikas, and then he got himself back in that centre-half spot. Brilliant.
Salah's been released down the right-hand side. He's running into the box, shot across, saved by Onana. Running at Varane backing away. That was a good save. Big chance for Salah now. Nunez trying to find a position. He plays that square. Alexander-Arnold has to chase over there to reach it, and then crosses first time. Varane on the edge of the 6-yard box. Missed kick on the edge of the area by McTominay, who's rather fortunate that it came back to him, and he's been able to find a pass forward towards Anthony, who's got some space on the right wing. Højlund and McTominay making ground through the middle. McTominay with a chance and a shot over the angle of post and bar into the cup. from 22 yards.
United getting forward in numbers and at pace as well. I can see Rashford's coming on. That's going to actually stretch the game even more for Manchester United and give those Liverpool defenders something else to think about. But United just breaking down the right. Anthony at the moment not quite got his shooting boots on. McTominay over the bar that time.
So the change, it's Garnacho who is leaving the pitch, and he's chosen not to leave on the far side, which he could have done. He's come all the way across the pitch, and he's only just walking off the field now. So again, another indicator of Manchester United's mindset here. But on comes Marcus Rashford then. Marcus Rashford, just the 2 goals this season, has recovered from illness. And Marcus Rashford, who has never won and never scored for Manchester United at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Konate, ball to the right hand side, and Gomez goes back to Alisson. 20 minutes to play. Lines are open for 606. Could be frustrated Liverpool fans, and I'm not sure what the Manchester United mindset will be. But 08085 909 693 to talk to Robbie Savage and Natalie Pike on 606. Here is Diaz down in the Manchester United right back area. Anthony puts in the challenge. Then a low 5 with Dalot might have done better to actually concentrate on the throw that Liverpool were taking. Tsimikas now to Diaz again. Diaz looking to curl the ball into the penalty area. That's blocked by Dalot. Again, Manchester United are parked right in their own defensive third. Now Salah again, all action over towards the right hand side. Salah, who's scored in the last 6 Liverpool-Manchester United games. As yet, no one able to find the breakthrough in this one. Now Endo towards the edge of the box. Nunez is there, comes all the way to the left hand side, and then Tsimikas goes back towards the halfway line again. Liverpool here on Wednesday night in the Carabao Cup. That is a 5 Live commentary, and join us as well on Saturday, the 5:30 commentary. Liverpool against Arsenal, the current leaders after their win earlier. Salah lifts the ball into the box, but that is harmlessly over everyone and through to Onana, who picks that up, and the minutes continue to tick down as Liverpool try to make it 12 wins out of 12 at home in all competitions this season. Manchester United will take anything they can get here in their current situation. Amrabat curling the ball across his own half towards Dalot, who will just knock it back towards Onana. And now Dalot again, long pass from him. This is going to be Anthony chasing this. Van Dijk allows it to drop over his shoulder and out of play for a throw into Liverpool.
Yeah, it's a test for Liverpool this one now, because Man United, just playing with the back 5 when they're under pressure. Anthony's just dropping into that right back spot. Amrabat and Kobbie Mainoo haven't moved all game. They've just sat on the centre half's toes and just said to them, what have you got? Show us what you've got then.
Tsimikas, he hits a long pass from inside his own half. This is for Nunez to chase it down into the full back position. Well, Dalot put his body into Nunez, but Nunez went down far too easily there, and Michael Oliver wasn't buying that either.
I'm not surprised. That as a centre forward, you've got to expect contact. You've got to expect contact. You've got to be ready for it. Brace yourself. Went down far too easy.
And then there's anger because Van Dijk puts the challenge into Højlund, and he goes to ground. And that's not gone down particularly well with the Liverpool supporters you might be able to hear behind us. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0, and Johnny Evans coming into the side for the injured Harry Maguire, the 35-year-old Johnny Evans, alongside Varane. It's been effective, those two together. Lots of experience.
Yeah, really. And you know what? We can't hear it from here, but I'm pretty sure Johnny Evans is talking non-stop to the whole of the side, as if to say, listen, we're in the game, let's keep doing what we're doing. It's not very pretty, but keep the concentration levels up. Distances between us have got to be right. Very important to have that experience in a game like today. 5 Live, Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0, and the World Service. Arsenal already having won today. Aston Villa won as well, so they are the top 2 currently, Arsenal and Aston Villa. This draw would take Liverpool above Villa on goal difference. Challenge put in on the halfway line over on the far side, which is given Manchester United's way as Rashford gets to his feet. It's his first involvement in the game. A good win for West Ham earlier as well, 3-0 against Wolves. West Brom 1, Stoke 1 in the Championship.
And Rangers have won the League Cup in Scotland 1-0 against Aberdeen, if you've just got back into your car or just switched us on. So Tavernier, the goal from Tavernier, winning the final for Philippe Clement's side as Manchester United come forward. McTominay trying to win a throw on the far side. Luke Shaw's onto this. Shaw now carries it towards the edge of the area. Mainoo left side of the box. White shirts pouring forward. Shaw still in there, and Shaw trying to turn. It ran away from him, and Alexander Arnold clears it downfield. And Onana has come a long way out of his penalty area and slices the ball out of play. Now he's got to be quick. Onana to get back into his penalty area because Liverpool take a quick throw, and the ball's played across to Nunez, and Nunez runs away from him, opens up for Diaz. Onana comes and makes a blocking diving save. Defender was in there as well, Amrabat, and between them they have denied Diaz, and the ball eventually out of play for Liverpool on the left.
Yeah, high fives from Man United players there, making sure that ball goes nowhere near their goal. It was loose. It was loose in the box, and I just seen white shirts just throwing themselves in there. Quick throw in. Liverpool see Onana's out of his box, and it's Diaz that goes through, and Diaz has the first challenge. Gets loose, there's challenges all over the place. Liverpool fans are looking for a penalty on Endo, I think it was.
It's a corner, play resumes. Tsimikas plays it in from the left-hand side, headed away by Varane. Liverpool going to bring on Jones and Elliott. Another double change for Jurgen Klopp to try and win this game. Endo shoots, ball rattles across the penalty area. Mainoo couldn't get it away. Diaz again, left side of the area, tries to poke it across, blocked to the edge of the area. Van Dijk into Konate in the box. Konate turns and shoots, but straight at Onana, who very happily is able to grasp the ball and catch it.
Double take. Konate, big centre half. What a lovely turn that was.
Set up by Van Dijk. Lovely connection there. Lovely little drag back with his left foot. Defenders went for the dummy. Right foot poked it towards Onana, but straight down his throat. Anything low into one of the corners, and Konate scores one of the goals of the season for a centre half. Well, Dion, we might actually going to have a little bit of excitement in the last 15 minutes of what has been a Liverpool dominated but defensively strong performance from Manchester United here at Anfield. So ball out of play for Liverpool throw, and it's going to be Luis Diaz who is coming off, and Darwin Nunez as well. So Elliott and Jones coming on for those two. Neither of those two forwards able to find a way through here. Darwin Nunez running off on the halfway line. That is now 10 appearances for Darwin Nunez without scoring in a Liverpool shirt. But again, another rejig here with Jones and Elliott coming on, the midfielders.
Yeah, absolutely. Salah's gone down the middle, Gakpo's gone over to the right. Jones has come to the left as well. And Elliott's just finding himself alongside Trent in the middle of the park.
Harvey Elliott, who scored the late winner against Crystal Palace last weekend. Here's Tsimikas inside the penalty area, and then in comes the challenge from Dalot to put it out for another Liverpool corner in front of the Manchester United fans. Still 0-0, and just over 10 minutes to go here at Anfield. Noisy Anfield, biggest crowd inside this ground, with the partially newly opened stand for 50 years. Tsimikas with the outswinging corner, headed goalwards by Van Dijk. Easy catch, just dropped into the gloves of Onana, who's going to launch this away downfield for Anthony to chase. And that was a brilliant pass from the goalkeeper into the path of Anthony. Red shirts getting back, but Anthony beats Alexander Arnold. Anthony plays it across all the way to the far post to Rashford. Rashford facing the edge of the box, gives it back out to Amrabat. Now Shaw with a cross. That's headed away by Van Dijk. Anxious moments for the Kop. All of this in front of them as Liverpool defend that end, and then a poor ball from Amrabat to concede a throw on the far side.
Yeah, that's what Man United need to see from Anthony. Take on your fullback. Trent gets back so quickly. He leaves Trent for dead with a little bit of a step over, and then he's got to take on the rest of the team. Tries to pick out one of his teammates coming into the box. The ball's just behind them, behind Kobbie Mainoo, and then the attack just whittles away. Liverpool get players back.
That's Dion Dublin with us on 5 Live, and the World Service offside flag is up against Manchester United. Lines are open for 606 08 085 909 693. If you're a Rangers fan, I'm sure they'd like to talk to you as well. Rangers closing in on Celtic and winning a trophy today under your old teammate Philippe Clermont.
Yes.
That's been the revelation of the day, that Dion played with Philippe Clermont. Do you remember anything about him, Dion?
Yes, lots, John. Let's talk about it later.
Doesn't make your top 10 then.
He's a really nice bloke, Philip. Really nice bloke. Very good manager.
Yes. Clearly. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. As Elliott tries a shot, which had a bit of wobble on it. It did bounce, but we were right behind the line of that. And Onana swung one way and then swung the other way and took the ball into his body. So 10 minutes. We are into the last 10 minutes here. Manchester United 10 minutes away from achieving what was their first objective, their clear first objective today, to not lose this match. Evans, right-footed ball, but that just drifts out of play for a throw into Liverpool down in front of us. And Van Dijk takes the throw. So Jurgen Klopp has made 4 of his changes. As Liverpool have it with Gomez on the right-hand side. Gomez went for the early ball. Gakpo chasing this. Amrabat is with him. Gakpo pulls it back. Now to Salah on the edge of the box. Turns onto his left foot. Square. Alexander-Arnold. Couple of touches. Still going. Dancing across the D. Now to Gomez. Gomez shoots. He's never scored for Liverpool. Hits Shaw. Comes down to Gakpo again. Liverpool still in possession. Gomez back to Gakpo. His cross. Headed away at the near post by a leaping Amrabat. And then, poor ball from Endo. Under pressure, Liverpool trying to keep the pace up, and Endo just passes it behind Gakpo and out of play for a throw.
Yeah, so many white shirts back there that Liverpool are having to find a way in behind that back five of Man United's, through crosses on the left hand and the right hand side. Man United are inviting that though, because they're happy to do that. Shots from edge of the box, they're happy to do that as well. Let Liverpool have that space. So many white shirts back, Liverpool trying to break them down.
Manchester United double change now, and the teenager, the 18-year-old Kobbie Mainoo, only his 4th start for Manchester United in a competitive senior match. He's done very well in the midfield. He's done what Eric Ten Hag has told him to do, and Pellistri and Hannibal Mejbri are coming on for United, and Anthony off as well from the right-hand side. So a double change from Eric Ten Hag. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. And throwing to Manchester United that Luke Shaw is waiting to take. I think it'll be such a contrast the next Saturday tea time, the Arsenal match, when you would expect that Arsenal will come here and go toe-to-toe with Liverpool. I honestly don't really feel that you can question Eric Ten Hag's approach today too much, and I know Manchester United fans are saying that their club should be aiming higher than this, coming to try and squeeze out a point from a 0-0 draw at Anfield, but he is cutting his cloth accordingly. That's where they are. Yeah,
and you rightly say today, John, that's possibly the right way to go about it. At the moment it's working. What are we, 83 minutes in, and we are 0-0 at Anfield with a Man United side that haven't been playing well. That is an incredible feat at the moment, and they're holding out. They really are.
And I know people will say Manchester United have spent over £400 million on players under Eric Ten Hag. Can they not do better? But here's Gakpo shooting into the back of Varane. Varane stood up strong. There's more low fives. Shaw and Amrabat and Varane all together. This rearguard performance that Manchester United have put in today. It's a corner, another corner for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold goes across there over to the side where he took that famous quick corner against Barcelona. Alexander-Arnold waiting to take this, an out swinger. That television camera on the rope drops down right into our eye line. Alexander-Arnold's corner to the near post, that's headed away by McTominay. Back out towards the right hand side. Elliott back into the centre circle. Here's Tsimikas, takes the ball into his path, gives it to Salah, who for the moment is over on the left hand side following the set piece. Salah's crossing left footed to the back post, that's headed away by Shaw, headed further away by Pellistri. Now Liverpool back in possession again, just over 5 minutes to play, still goalless, 5 live on the World Service. Tsimikas curls one in, it's gone to the back post, scraped away away in the end by Manchester United. There are shouts there that Shaw might have committed a foul before he cleared it. Comes again, Liverpool in the box. The shot from the angle from Jones is deflected. In fact, it's gone wide from the angle, and that is given as a goal kick.
Yes, I'm just looking at a replay here. There's a big shout of handball. I'm trying to figure out who it is. I think it might be Luke Shaw. Ball comes in from Salah. It bounces off the floor onto Luke Shaw's leg, then onto his arm. It does hit his arm. It's whether the referee deems this one.
I think they'll feel that that's in a natural position.
It is by his side.
He had his arm. It was slightly away from his body at what?
Maybe not enough.
No,
maybe not enough.
Not quite enough. But if you listen later on 606, I suspect there'll be Liverpool fans who feel otherwise. Here's Salah. Feels like Liverpool are getting closer. Question is whether time might run out. And now the shot from the angle inside the penalty area from the arriving Gomez. All the good work there from Salah, right side of the area, and Gomez bursting into the box, shot wide into the side net.
Yeah, every single time today Liverpool are taking shots from outside the box on the angle as the volume goes up for the last 5 minutes or so of the 90. I mean, the shots at the edge of the box are getting blocked. The shots from the side of the goal are hitting the side netting. Not working Onana enough at the moment.
Liverpool failing to win at home for the first time this season, but there is still time yet. They love a late goal. These top clubs all love a late goal. Manchester United lose possession inside their own half. Not actually had the official crowd figure, have we? Thought they'd be trumpeting it from the rooftops today, but not yet. Free kick taken short. Lines open for 606. The phone in on 5 Live 08085 909 693. Manchester United win it back over on the far side, and then Medjbury goes down. No free kick. Konate is tripped by Shaw. Konate goes rolling over, and Shaw, Liverpool players gathering around Luke Shaw, who's just going to walk calmly away from this. Certain it'll be a yellow card. Liverpool players just generally milling around, but a big group of them there. Michael Oliver's just saying, just leave it to me, leave it to me. Konate's still down, and eventually Luke Shaw, who's virtually the only player who isn't anywhere near it.
Yeah.
There's the yellow card is out.
And he apologises as well to Konate. Could have been dangerous. He caught him on his ankle. He was late. Stops the break, and he's holding his hands up to the referee. Shakes Konate's hand. He knows he's done wrong. Johnny Evans again came flying in there. There's about 8 red shirts going towards Luke Shaw. Johnny Evans came from nowhere, calmed it down straight the way.
So Manchester United felt that Medjbury had been fouled. That wasn't given, and then Konate was, but it's all calmed down. And again, Manchester United, I think their players know what they're doing here. You know, that gathering around, slowing the game down. We've got just over 2 minutes to play of the 90. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0. Alexander Arnold, Manchester United holding a very high line for this free kick, just forward and right of the centre circle. Alexander Arnold raises his left arm, then the ball into the edge of the area. Varane, who's been absolutely outstanding today, Raphael Varane for Manchester United. On Tuesday, it was his first start since October, and he's been out of favour. Medjbury wins a free kick, takes it early, but all he's succeeded in doing there is passing it through to Alisson. He was looking for Rashford. Now Rashford out of position, so Alisson gives it to Alexander Arnold, who passes it forward to Salah, and then Salah finds his infield pass blocked by McTominay. Comes back to Alexander Arnold, who is there behind him. Liverpool with the ball on the right hand side. Alexander Arnold curls one into the Manchester United penalty area. Varane is underneath that to head it away. Endo. Elliott makes a run out to the right, but Gomez gives it back. Alexander Arnold again with a high ball that is overhit straight all the way through for a goal kick. And now just over a minute of the 90 to play, Dion Dublin.
Yeah, Trent Alexander was just trying to find Tsimikas there, just on that far post. Man United are just set up for anything that's going to be crossed into the middle of the goal. Any red shirt that makes a late run in behind that far post got a chance if the ball's right.
They have created more, certainly Liverpool in the second half. Onana has had to make saves. There will be discussion, I'm sure, about the Shaw handball, whether it should have been a penalty or not, but it was very quickly dismissed by VAR. John Brooks. Michael Oliver got play underway again quickly, and it is still 0-0. And Liverpool now. Manchester United could be the first team to get anything here against Liverpool since Aston Villa in the last match of last season. Endo curls the ball into the box. Salah gets a touch on that, but Shaw's able to clear it away. There'll be 5 minutes of added time. No one knows that yet, apart from us. Here's Gomez. Medjbri nips in, takes it away from Gomez, and turns. Gomez. Endo puts the challenge in on Medjbri. The assistant was giving that as a free kick. And here's the news: 5 minutes of added time. So Anfield raises itself again. Foul on Endo by Medjbri. So a free kick on the right. All about the delivery from Alexander-Arnold.
Yes, which we know will be on the money. Will there be a red shirt that gets there before a white shirt for possibly the first time in this whole game?
There are 2 of them out there actually. So it could be the in-swinger, but no. Alexander-Arnold takes the free kick, which is headed up by Varane almost inevitably. Onana comes, gets a weak punch on the ball. Oh, and then bad challenge by Rashford over on the far side. Rather dived into the challenge on Tsimikas, who has gone down. I think he's okay, but it's certainly a free kick.
He'll get a yellow for that, Marcus. He will get a yellow. Lunged into that one. Let's have a look. Yeah, Marcus Rashford lunging in the edge of the box, corner of the box on Elliott, I think it was, or was it Tsimikas? I'm not quite sure, but
Tsimikas,
yeah, he lunged in, gets the ball. It's one of those follow-through ones. Caught him on the shin, yellow card. Another dangerous free kick. This could be one of the last ones that Liverpool get.
Great position this. Won it right at the end at Selhurst Park last week when it looked as though things were going against them. So Anfield, the Kop, all sides, in great voice now. Tsimikas and Alexander-Arnold together. The free kick, a yard to the right of the right corner of the box. Alexander-Arnold, here's the delivery, and it is headed over by Gakpo. 7 yards out, got up well, couldn't keep it down.
Yeah, it's a great chance. Gakpo has to hit the target, surely. He's unmarked, he's 8 yards out, centre of the goal, hit the target, head the ball down, it goes over. Pretty weak from me. Yes, he's better than that, much better than that. Gets it all wrong, timing's wrong. Skews it left of the post.
So Erik ten Hag, what is he now? Less than 3 minutes away from getting what would be a very valuable point. Manchester United playing it up towards Pellistri, the Uruguayan. It's beaten by Harvey Elliott, but McTominay was there as well. He's been a big part of this performance from Manchester United. Amrabat as well, battling away. And then Pellistri, McTominay infield. Here's Højlund. Højlund gives it into the centre circle. Luke Shaw joining in the attack. Here is Rashford then with the gloves on. Rashford running at Gomez. Still Rashford. Alexander-Arnold forces him to turn. Rashford gets it back from Shaw. Rashford across to the near post, and it was cleared away. Alisson diving in there, not far from Højlund. Downfield for Salah to chase. Salah after this, but 2 Manchester United defenders are there with him as well. And in the end, it's Dalot who's forced to put the ball out of play. He's claiming that should be a Manchester United throw, and it's a yellow card for dissent for punching the air, which then Diogo Dalot does again. But it's a throw into Liverpool. Time running out for...
Oh, he's getting a red card.
Oh, no. Well, and so that is Dalot, 2 yellow cards for his dissent. Well, that is crazy. Diogo Dalot initially yellow carded for dissent and then continued his protest. This is for the conceding of the throw in, and he's got himself sent off for 2 yellow cards.
Yeah, he was absolutely fuming. Did really well to get back. He was right, it was a Man United throw. Referee gives it to Liverpool. He's not happy, throws his arms up, gets a yellow, throws his arms up again. The referee has to do the same again. 2 cards in the space of 2 seconds. Ridiculous.
Well, Manchester United down to 10 men. We're now into the 5th minute of added time. There'll be more added on for that though, so we'll go, I would think, well beyond the 5th minute. And Manchester United now with 10 men. Don't think it'll change things dramatically. Depends who drops into right back now in place of the sent off Dalot. 0-0. Van Dijk to Konate. Elliott now. Elliott across towards Alexander-Arnold. They want Liverpool to go direct and go forward. Konate. Salah's dropped out of the area on the right-hand side. Up against Amrabat. Salah couldn't find the pass to the edge of the box to Endo. Alexander-Arnold pulls it onto his right foot, curls it in, looking for Gakpo, but it's over him and bouncing all the way through for a goal kick. And there's a Manchester United player, it's McTominay, who's fallen down, dropped onto his back on the edge of the area. Højlund has done likewise as well. I don't think anyone's being fooled by this. We know what they're up to here.
I don't know what you mean. Two players go down at the same time. Well, there's lots of Liverpool pressure.
First yellow card for Dalot was for delaying the restart. The second one was for dissent.
Well, he could have got 2 for dissent. He could. From what I was seeing, really ridiculous that this stage of the game.
Well, some big performances from some Manchester United players today. You know, their supporters want exciting play. They want their team to attack. They want, you know, creative players getting all of the plaudits and goal scorers. But Manchester United came with a clear target today, and it's been defenders and midfielders. McTominay, Varane, Shaw as well, Johnny Evans. But here's Konate carrying the ball up towards the edge of the area, falling as the challenge came in on him. That's turned away. Rashford back in his own penalty area. We will try and bring you Jurgen Klopp and Erik ten Hag live during 6:06, and they will be discussing a 0-0 draw as Jurgen Klopp walks across to Erik ten Hag, who's got a steely look about him as they shake hands together. And that was a steely performance from Manchester United, bereft almost of confidence after results in the previous week, losing at home to Bournemouth, being knocked out of Europe, having lost to Bayern Munich at Old Trafford. They came for the minimum here. They came for a draw, they came for a point. A 0-0 draw would do them very nicely, and they have become the first team to get anything from Liverpool here at Anfield this season. 0-0, Dion Dublin.
Yeah, final whistle, you just see the Liverpool fans' cheeks puffed out as if to say, we should do better, and every single United fan clapping their hands as if to say, well done lads, we'll take that, especially here under the lights. Difficult place to come. Man United didn't do anything really going forward. However, the game plan was stay in the game, defend well, be organised, let's get something. Well done, Mr. Ten Hag.
Yeah, their first draw in the Premier League this season. Manchester United extremely hard fought. Liverpool certainly created more in the second half, and Onana made some decent saves. Dalot, by the way, it was for two yellow cards, both for dissent. That's been corrected. But players generally milling around out on the field. Jurgen Klopp is out there applauding all sides of Anfield. But Manchester United have got what they came for, something. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0.
Dion, I can imagine there will be some Manchester United fans who are thinking, wow, is this where we are now, that we've got to come to Anfield?
Steve, let me stop you there, mate. If I look at these fans right now, they are delighted with the point, let me tell you. There's not one fan there that I can see that's thinking, oh dear, is that as far as we've gone, holding on against Liverpool? They are delighted, especially here.
Well, you would be delighted in the situation you're in, but equally there will be some who think, we've gone to Anfield, we haven't gone toe-to-toe with them. It is a big point for them, clearly, but this isn't the way they want to see Manchester United play. No, that's inarguable, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Absolutely. But think about it, Steve, you've got to realise where you are.
Yes.
You've got to realise who you're playing and the stakes and what's up for grabs, to be honest with you. And I believe that most Man United fans will take this. Not all season. Don't want to see Man United play like this all season, because it was pretty negative, I've got to say.
Yep.
Created a few half chances, but to come here and get what they've got is very good. But this is where United are at the moment. They've got to accept that.
So that means the leaders will come here next Saturday in what is a 5 Live commentary match, 5:30 next Saturday, Liverpool against Arsenal.
08085 909 693 606 is on the way with Robbie Savage and Natalie Pike. This is important though, I think, Dion, because one of the issues Manchester United seem to have is sometimes not necessarily understanding where they are and feeling that they have to keep saying, oh well, you know, we're Manchester United and there's an expectation, etc., etc., which is fine. But ultimately, in terms of the quality of players that they've got, this was the right way to approach going to Anfield, wasn't it? And it's got them what they needed.
Yeah, it has got them what they needed. It has. However, the right way, yes, it's the right way because they got a point. if they'd have lost, we'd have been saying, why don't they come out and have a go? So, right now the game's finished. They've done the right thing, and Erik ten Hag set them up perfectly to get a point away here at one of the hardest places in the world to get points. However, if they continue to do that, the fans will not be happy, without a doubt.
13 blocked shots. So regardless of how they played, you've really got to applaud the way they defended.
Yeah, listen, commitment. White shirts throwing the bodies in. Varane and Johnny Evans. Yeah, listen, they're not going to set the world alight when it comes to playing the game, but when it comes to organising and being a defender and making sure everybody around you does their job, perfect for today. Got it right.
Yes, there was nothing wrong with the spirit today.
No.
All of the recent talk about, to use one of the Dion's themes of the week, losing the dressing room, but there didn't look to be anything wrong with Manchester United's spirit, and they looked well coached for the job that they came to do today.
John, on the inverted commas handball with Luke Shaw, I've written down maybe in the Champions League, not in the Premier League.
Yeah,
fair?
I think that is fair. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he's not doing anything with his arm, really, Dion, is he? That might be a big one on 606. You never know.
Yeah, it might be a talking point. I'm pretty sure that Robbie will bring it up at some stage, but I don't think you'll get that one because his arm is very close. It's not too far away from his hip.
It's about 45 degrees, isn't it? As opposed to being at right angles.
And I'm not sure, John, if it goes straight onto his arm as well. It might be off his leg.
Deflection.
So a bit of a deflection there as well. But, I don't think it's a talking point.
As much as we praise Manchester United for that rearguard effort, Dion, do you think Liverpool created enough to be able to think, well, we should have won that one or not?
Maybe. There was a couple of half chances, corner of the box, hit the side netting 2 or 3 times as well. There must have been, I know you mentioned lots of block shots, Steve. There must have been 4 or 5 from the edge of the box, and I'm seeing white shirts just launching their body over to stop the ball going anywhere near the goal. That was the story of the game. Darwin Núñez possibly could have done better on a couple of occasions. Salah's trying to get it on his left foot. Everybody in a red shirt, they're trying to do something right, but Man United just matched them.
But I think Jurgen Klopp, when he comes on later during 606, I suspect he'll say something along the lines of, I told you it wasn't going to be easy.
And we should say, absolutely, we should say as well, Dion, arguably the best chance of the entire match, Rasmus Højlund.
Yes, and I'm thinking, a player that scored, or in a purple patch as we call it, if he scored 4 or 5 on the bounce, he's scoring that. He's still looking for that elusive goal, and when you're looking for it, you do. On the odd occasion, when you know you have a chance and it's there for you, you kind of tense up and you try too hard, you do something that's not natural to you. And at the moment, he's not looking comfortable in front of goal. If he had 5 or 6 goals in, Steve, he'd put that away, no problem at all. But it's a very good chance, and he's not shy of putting himself into good positions, let me tell you.
Thank you very much, guys. Dion Dublin.
Cheers, Steve.
Correspondent John Murray at Anfield. Liverpool 0, Manchester United 0, but so many talking points coming out of that.